Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best network. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Asurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
The Low Post Podcast with Zach Lowe.
He became almost an ideology unto himself before he ever said the words mama mentality, before he essentially branded an ideology.
Check out the Low Post Podcast on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The sports world owes a debt of gratitude to two sworn enemies, Al Davis and Pete Rozelle.
30 for 30 presents.
I think you'd be less than human to say that there aren't hard feelings.
Don't really have that much respect for Pete Rozelle.
Is he a genius or a con man?
Al Davis will do anything to beat you.
This is the dawn of a new era. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Just win, baby.
Al Davis versus the NFL. Presented by Hyundai. Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Coming up on the Max Kellerman Show, one day closer to Patrick Mahomes going down to Tom Brady's house, Super Bowl 55. Tune in, the Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays 2 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus.
Exclusively on ESPN Plus, UFC 258, Saturday, February 13th. An electric welterweight title fight. Undefeated champion Kamaru Usman.
I'm at the top of the mountain. I'm the champion.
He is a monster. Kamaru Usman defends his belt against number 2 ranked Gilbert Burns.
He has something that I want. He's going to be a warrior.
I'm ready. Let's go.
UFC 258, Saturday, February 13th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV. The prelims start at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Raiders president Al Davis and NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle are bitter enemies.
30 for 30 presents.
The Raiders are suing the NFL.
I think you'd be less than human to say that there aren't hard feelings.
Don't really have that much respect for Pete Rozelle.
Is he a genius or a con man?
Al Davis will do anything to beat you.
This is the dawn of a new era. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Just win, baby.
Al Davis versus the NFL. Presented.
Buying some pretzel sticks?
Excuse me?
This is your wake-up call from TracFone Wireless.
Okay.
What if you didn't eat all those pretzel sticks by the end of the month, so this store took them back?
Good luck.
That's how some wireless companies are with your data, but TracFone Wireless gives you unlimited carryover data with active service, so you keep what you pay for. Plans start at $20 a month.
Wow, that's cool.
Sir, are you bothering the customers?
Yeah, hang on.
This is your wake-up call, people. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control.
Available at major retailers. See terms and conditions at TracFone.com.
Napa know-how.
Getting $20 back when you buy a Napa Legend premium battery is a win-win. Getting it from the best car people around is a win-win-win. Getting it before you're stranded somewhere? That's a win-win-win-win. Save $20 when you get a Napa Legend premium battery. And if that sounds like a lot of wins, you're right. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. While supplies last. Offer ends 2/28/21.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
All right, the most tired I've felt of any day starting the John Kincade Show here at 97.5 The Fanatic.
You look horrible.
This is just not me. It's just feels a little offbeat. Hey,
Storm Tuesday. Hopefully everybody has navigated the roadways correctly. I know Coach came in from New Jersey and says everything was fine. The roads were wet. We are glad to be here with you. We have wandered over from our hotel, and we're ready to get this day started. 6 o'clock hour, the John Kincade Show, brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White, they are here for the pro. So what is the actual downside to a quarterback competition? I keep hearing in Philadelphia you can't have one. If your answer is that you're messing with Carson Wentz's head or that Carson needs to know he's the guy, then you should understand the folly of the decision to host a competition in the first hand, because Carson's been catered to. We've seen it. And that reportedly created this problem. So the solution would be for him to show that in a system that caters to his skill set, that he's definitely the best suited to win the job. And he thought that Jalen Hurts needs to go would be an admission that you want to anoint Wentz, not based on his skill set, but instead of your desire to see him comfortable. It makes no sense to me. And as this story continues to evolve over the place, I'm getting more convinced than ever that, well, let's just say maybe this can't work out with Carson after all. He's Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. It is the John Kincade Show as we start today. A fun night at the hotel we will talk about a little bit later on here. But, Bob, I keep hearing that the Eagles can't have a quarterback competition. That's the one thing they can't do is have a quarterback competition, and I'm asking why.
So when you start to play sports, what's the first thing you learn as a little kid? Sports is competition.
Yes.
Right? That's what it's all about. You want to try to win games. You want to try to be better than whoever you're going against. That is the very essence of sports. And now we're going to say to a 27-year-old, oh, except for you, because we don't want to hurt your feelings, it's okay. You don't have to compete. You only have to compete when other teams come in here. I've been on this forever. I don't care about his head. I don't care about him worrying about things. I don't care about making his surroundings great. Go play football. And if you're the better quarterback, you'll be out there every Sunday.
It's shocking to me that somebody would try to paint, because I'm going to say paint, Carson Wentz as being so mentally unstable and so soft that he couldn't handle a competition with Jalen Hurts. But that is a narrative that a lot of people seem to be pushing.
Well, isn't it reality? I
don't know. I don't know that. He may have.
Yeah, we don't know for sure, but the optics of it appear as though not that Jalen Hurts was even real competition his first year. Like, this shouldn't have been.
It just bothered him.
It bothered him. It clearly got to him for whatever reason. I think it's ridiculous. Man up. He's a quarterback. Make sure that guy never sees the field. But at this point, it looks like that. I think Carson Wentz is going to smoke Jalen Hurts in a quarterback competition. I really do. I don't even think if Carson can get his head straight, I don't even think it's a competition.
I don't understand.
So what's the problem?
I don't understand, Pat, the idea of here's a guy who might be mentally fragile, so we're going to cater to him to make sure that he's catered to so he's not mentally fragile anymore.
Yeah, well, it's because he's the most talented guy. And he plays arguably the most important position. I don't know if it's an argument, really, but he plays an incredibly important position on the field. So you want to get the most out of him, and if that has to do with giving him Nate Sudfeld as the backup or maybe just a guy that's not a threat like a Josh McCown, then you do it.
Wow. See, I can't. I can't do that. I cannot do that as a franchise. I wouldn't have drafted Jalen Hurts in the first place, so let that be the first thing of all. But I can't do that. I can't take competition out of his way because he's so fragile that it bothers him. Can't do that.
I don't want to. I don't want to say I don't want anybody on my team, but I've said it before. I don't care about your mental stability when it comes to your surroundings. Go play football. And look, I'm on the same thing as Jamie. If he plays up to his, up to what he can be, I don't know that there's much of a competition as an NFL quarterback between he and Jalen Hurts. But my God, this narrative that, you got to surround Carson with what he needs, Carson this, Carson that. Carson, you sucked last year. Be better. And if he's better than Jalen Hurts, then you're the starting quarterback.
This came off NFL Live, Jamie, the idea that the talking point of you can't let Carson Wentz have a quarterback competition. And they were almost like uniform and, you can't have that happen.
I mean.
And I'm like, what?
I do kind of get it because if you're Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman and your belief is our only hope to not be terrible for the next 3 years is Carson Wentz, then maybe we do put him in the best situation, and that's, having that removed. And look, you might be able to, with a team with so many holes, I'm not opposed to moving a Jalen Hurts, not for Carson Wentz's sake, just to regain some draft capital that they can use on a position of need.
I just find this story so fascinating because I can't imagine Tom Brady. Hey, Tom, Jimmy Garoppolo's there. And Jimmy, who, by the way, Bill Belichick wanted to move forward with. And Tom Brady's not mentally breaking, going, what? Jimmy Garoppolo, get him out of here. No. Tom Brady's like, I'm Tom Brady, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not intimidated by this. To me, it's a major red flag. It's a major, but I want to hear it. Well, I'm going to say I want to hear it from Carson Wentz, but we're never going to.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But even if you hear something, like, it's going to be chalk talk, right? It's going to be
sure.
I am thrilled to have Jalen here. We'll compete. We'll get the best out of each other. Iron sharpens iron. Like all the stuff that you're used to hearing. That's BS.
Which is a bunch of BS. Yeah. I really hope though that people aren't that mentally fragile. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine going to war every day with somebody that would be that affected by that.
Not only do I, if this is true and this is the case and all that, not only do I not want that guy as my starting quarterback or leader of team, honest to God, I don't know if I want him among my 53. If somebody's that mentally unstable, you're not fit to be out on the field. Like, you don't know how to compete. I can do without you.
Hey, this report is going to be brought to you by Universal Technical Institute. With thousands of technician job openings nationwide, why don't you train to pursue an automotive career? Let UTI show you jobs in demand and how you can get trained in less than a year. It's uti.edu. In Cooney's Corner, let's just say it was a little chilly yesterday.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
All right, I'm not a huge television fan as far as shows and stuff like that, but there is one that I watch, John.
Okay.
And it's called Life Below Zero. And it's about people that are pretty much on their own in Alaska somewhere, living off the land, off the water, by themselves, having to plan ahead. I mean, rugged terrain, obviously, all that stuff, weather.
You talking about, like, no electricity?
No, they have electricity, but, like, it's
rough.
It's rough. Are we the wimpiest, like, people in the world that 6 inches of snow brought us to our knees? I mean, like, seriously, we're going crazy. Yesterday, I get back to the hotel room, turn on the TV, and it's snow coverage nonstop from like 11 to 1 in the afternoon. We wound up with, 6 inches maybe?
And
5
inches? Maybe an inch and a half on the roads.
Yeah.
At the most at any time, at least in the Philly area.
So you got to go up towards the Poconos and say, oh, well, they got 2 feet here. Okay, well, you're supposed to. We are a northeast city. This is what we're supposed to. So what other things I think the weather makes us look so wimpy. What other things, and let's connect it to sports, makes us look wimpy?
$5 coffees.
$5 coffees make us look wimpy?
When I see men walking around with the $5 coffee, give me the caramel macchiato double shot espresso coffee.
Oh,
when I see
okay.
a guy carrying around that coffee cup,
all right.
I think wimpy.
All right.
I think wimpy.
What do you got, James?
When I have to do anything around the house, I feel pretty wimpy.
Anything around the house?
Well, anything like besides something easy.
Like what, clean a toilet?
Like right now, my garage doors aren't working.
Oh my God, he has had such door. Are they French also?
Why don't you have somebody repair? You have companies that come and do that.
Well, I try to do things myself, but I feel like less of a man every time I try to fix something.
Not for an apparatus like a garage door.
How do you feel when somebody else is snow plowing your driveway?
Oh, my neighbor, Tom. What's up?
Tom's
right.
cool, man.
Yeah. Does that make you feel bad?
There's a couple bottles of wine coming his way today.
That's good. Pat?
Yeah, I saw a person on Twitter, and I couldn't believe this. I saw a person on Twitter 2 nights ago who was eating wings with gloves on.
Oh,
and
what a coward.
He was strange.
Yeah.
But by the way, it was a mixed reaction. To Egan eating with the gloves on, there was a mixed reaction. There were a lot of people who thought it was second. They thought it was definitely taking it to a whole new level. They liked the idea.
It's psycho stuff.
It's genius. It's also wimpy as hell. No, you can be both. You can be smart, but you can also be like manly.
I don't look at that as wimpy.
No, I just look at it as psychotic.
Like there's some.
I don't disagree with it totally.
Have you ever Yes, but you touch your mouth or lips once with a latex glove, and it ruins the entire experience.
I'm not touching my mouth with a latex glove.
Yeah, that's the whole thing to it,
then you are eating wings like a little wimp.
How?
Wow.
I would say that, though, there are a lot of things that we do that I know that my dad's generation would just be rolling their eyes at. They would absolutely be rolling their eyes.
Every generation ahead is always the tougher one, right?
The amount of shoes that men have, I know our dads would roll their eyes. Your father would roll his eyes at the amount of shoes that grown men have. Like, why do you need that many pairs of shoes? Why does a grown man need 15 pairs of sneakers?
Yeah.
Like worrying about, does my sneaker match my outfit? Does my, that kind of stuff our dads would roll their eyes at,
It just amazes me that we are a northeast city.
And snow brings us.
We go to our knees when the first 6 inches of snow hits us.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Okay, but take those people that you're watching and you think are so rugged and manly and put them in a major city in like Miami, and I'm sure they'll crack. It's a different environment.
Well, I can tell you this yesterday. Bob and I are watching the weather coverage. And now I've been gone 25 years. But I'm saying, where is this town name that they're looking at? And I'm thinking to myself that they're showing that the snow's really accumulated. It was up above Allentown. That's not Philly. That's not Philly. They're showing you. They had to drive an hour and a half to find you significant, major accumulating snow.
But they get Philly news.
But it's not Philly.
But they get it up there. Like when we go to the Poconos, we get the channel.
But they also get Scranton TV. They also get Allentown TV.
Yeah.
They get their own TV. They have their own TV. They had to drive to make this a story.
I don't see that as a big deal.
It's not Philly.
That's like different.
That's not Philly. It's not Philadelphia.
Jamie and I were going to do a shot yesterday every time we saw a reporter put a yardstick in the snow.
Those people would have an hour and 15-minute drive to Philadelphia. That's not Philly. When they're showing it on the weather, that's not Philly.
This sounds like somebody who's a little bitter that Action News didn't call him up after his tryout and hire him.
Yeah, they didn't want me. They absolutely didn't want me.
Yeah, what happened with that? Did we get any response?
I don't think.
Adam Joseph quote tweeted it. Yeah.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
And
no response though.
No, he quote tweeted it and said,
he said,
you just look on his Twitter account.
He feels
Bob.
He has job security now?
Yes, very much so. He's not concerned at all.
He feels like he is
not
the
threatened by us.
It is the 24/7. Thanks. Good job with that, Bob. The 24/7 coverage of this storm though was way crazy. Way crazy.
Yeah, Adam said, I think you boys need a tad more training. He did like the line, colder than my ex's heart.
I mean, give me a break, though, that there was no reason for 24/7 coverage of that. There was no reason that they were. Now, thankfully, Adam and Cecily and the whole team over there at 6ABC, I'd like to thank you. They chose to not cross me. And they did not.
Cross me?
And they did not preempt General Hospital.
You don't want to make an enemy out of me.
Yeah, they didn't thank you, Brick. They did not preempt General Hospital yet.
Yeah, I got to experience you two in all your glory.
You got to watch it.
You see, you're a closet fan.
Wait,
he knew everyone.
A lot of characters.
No, I knew the one.
I know who she is.
You watched it with them?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I went up to Bob's room for some beers.
Wow.
At apparently 3:30, and it was on.
He knew, and it was
on.
And he knew what was, and he knew the characters.
Oh, he knew the characters. He knew how old they were.
He's a closet fan.
Seriously, yeah.
This is Jerry Seinfeld with Melrose Place. So now,
no, I swear to God, hook me up to a lie detector test.
No, that's fine.
No, he was right there in it.
He knew exactly who. Oh wait, she's one of the original gangsters.
Yeah, she was like Susan Lucci level.
And
that's fine, Jamie. You don't have to hide it anymore. It's out.
Honestly, hook me up.
It was good.
People on Twitter are talking, Jamie.
It really worked out well. I'll tell you this, I really enjoyed hanging out last night with the crew here at the Fanatic.
Yeah, we had a good time. All social distancing, all masks on.
Sal Chunas was with us. Tyrone and Natalie came over after drinking their
margaritas.
Chili's margaritas, which I think is that was a very Delco move.
Well, they had to get them because they waited so long for their food.
And I'm sorry that I did not tell you the Chili's was. I thought
after hearing how long it took Natalie and Tyrone to get their food, I'm happy.
It was really bad. I decided there was no way. There was no
You were like a caged kid yesterday.
There was no iced tea. There was no unsweet iced tea, and I knew that this morning I would need my iced tea because I don't drink coffee. I drink iced tea.
Wait, no, you have to tell the whole story with that.
Well, so I said I'm going out on the roads.
Like we're just sitting there watching TV, no big deal, and all of a sudden John pops up. I got to go. I got to go. We're like, where are you going?
I have to go get iced tea.
And then he starts, where's the closest Dunkin' Donuts? So Connor says to him, it's only 0.2 of a mile away.
Guess what? It was 0.2 of a mile away. It took me 25 minutes to move the Jeep out of its parking spot.
Oh, what a loser!
Then to navigate City Avenue.
Uh-huh.
And then I get down to the Dunkin' Donuts, and my friends at Dunkin' Donuts, who I honestly, I have the tattoo, the Dunkin' Donuts tattoo. They can go to my app and say, man, he is a loyalist. That they weren't open.
Yeah, because you come in here every single day with Dunkin' Donuts.
I do.
Every day.
Every day, Dunkin' Donuts iced tea. I get it the night before, and I make it, and I have it with me, and then I get one for at night, so when I'll have dinner, and I've got my iced tea. I don't drink soda. I don't drink coffee.
Right.
So I like my iced tea. And they're probably looking for me at the one on Lancaster Avenue. They're probably looking, saying they have a missing persons thing. I said, we've seen this guy for like 6 weeks now every day coming in. The lady at the counter knows that I'm getting two when I walk in because she knows I want one for the next day.
Hey, Johnny, 2 times.
And I tell her, it was closed yesterday.
Yeah, he was gone for an hour.
How could a Dunkin' Donuts be closed?
You came back empty-handed.
How could it be closed?
I was blown away that you did not have the wherewithal to call up ahead, or at least
it was open on the web. We looked
so it was open on the
web.
app.
It said on the web when you look at the location.
You can't do that.
It says open until this time.
Not during inclement weather. You have to check the app to see if you can order online, and if you can't, then that's an indication they're not open.
Where was he yesterday?
I would say when. Yeah, I mean you could have helped me out. You could have helped me out yesterday. And by the way, how long was that nap?
3 hours.
Egan goes for like.
No, there's something else
time.
going on.
So
disappear.
I put on the Titanic movie, the last movie that Bobby saw in theaters, and then by the end of it, when she's telling you I'll never let you go, I'll wake up.
You'll wake up.
That's right. As Jack is dying, I'm waking up.
Connor disappeared.
Connor took a 3-hour nap. Yeah,
like a 3-hour nap. He's like 25.
Oh, I need a good 17 hours, or else I get cranky.
I mean, it was fun last night though. It was fun, and I'm sure the people in the hotel really enjoyed having all of us on the same floor. So
it was
they enjoyed
good.
it. It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm anxious to get back to my own space though.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get home.
Routine.
I love you guys, but I can't wait to get home.
As Bob said, John's going to be out of sorts tomorrow morning. He's going to be out of his routine because I didn't have the routine of being able to get up at the same time and turn off Alexa and do. Keep that whole thing, that routine being missing. It changes it up a little.
John texted me at like 4 o'clock. You ready? You ready to go to the office? I was like, all right, dude, let me put my shoes on. Hold on a second.
Hey, we have told you about it. It's your chance to win $500 for predicting the most right answers for all the strangest things that will happen during the big game on Sunday. How long it's going to take to sing the anthem. Will the coin toss be heads or tails? How many chicken wings will Jamie Lynch eat during the game? So Jamie need winning wings. So just go to 97.5thefanatic.com and enter the Fanatic Super Prop Bet Challenge. Will either team score safety? What will be the total points scored? How many beers will Bob Cooney be pounding before the final whistle? You make the call. It's 97.5 The Fanatic Super Prop Bets Challenge. You can play now at 97.5thefanatic.com. And who brings that to us? Master Jamie.
Our friends at PropSwap. You can get the best odds in the country at PropSwap.com. It's America's marketplace to buy and sell sports tickets.
Okay, now, I was hearing about PropSwap and actually even read a little something yesterday about that there are people who are now selling their tickets on the Chiefs. Didn't everybody bet the Chiefs this? I was in Vegas in July.
Yeah.
Everybody was betting the Chiefs. To repeat.
Well, sometimes.
So what's the value?
So some states don't have legalized sports gambling. So for those states, you can sell a legal sports ticket from PA, let's say, to somebody in Iowa.
So you can?
Yes.
But would they have to come here to get it?
No, they handle all that.
So they handle all that. That is brilliant business.
Yeah, it really is.
That's one of those business models that I'm mad at myself for not thinking of.
It's brilliant.
That's a reason you're mad at yourself?
It is that's a brilliant business model.
Absolutely.
The only thing I'm saying is that, okay, when I go, do you really want to go, like I go every July to Vegas, late July. Do you want to place and I always place bets for the upcoming NFL season.
Yeah.
What fun is there to bet the Chiefs to repeat?
Money.
Yeah.
Winning money if is they fun. win, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get the odds.
I chose not to bet that just to not bet it.
So if
it's like there's nothing in holding that ticket for me.
If I'm doing a futures bet like that, I just really need you to get to the second round of the playoffs, and then I start hedging.
Oh, okay. So then you'd go to prop swap and sell it then?
You probably, yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a really good deal.
It is smart.
It's a spectacular business model.
No, it really is, yeah.
That is a great business model.
Yeah, I think the public's going to be all over Kansas City come Sunday.
By the way, if you've not checked out the John Kincade Show social media, we have placed a video up this morning. The collaboration between young Pat Egan and even younger Olivia Kincade, our video production assistant now.
Yeah.
She has now put together a video. Pat took all the video and then sent it to my daughter. And my daughter last night, after getting her homework done, her junior year homework done, put together this video. You're going to want to see it. It is the opening to the John Kincade Show Snowed In edition, and very funny. And I got to say, best actor, does it go to Bob? Bob?
Yes.
Bob really did a really good job.
Bob really sold it.
But Jamie at the Ice Machine is very sitcomish, very TGIF.
We were a little worried last night when Egan grabbed his phone and said, "Connor, come here." And they left for a minute and they come back and Connor has no shirt on.
That was a little odd.
That was strange, yeah.
Now,
He looked like he wanted a massage.
How many
takes to that?
how many Tinder dates will Connor get from that video?
Oh, could
That's
be.
the question.
Yeah.
That's the question, too, for young Connor. So check it on out at our social media. We got lots of stuff going on for you there. We are looking forward to having you hang out with us all morning today on the John Kincade Show. It is Super Bowl week, so we'll have a little discussion about that. And there was a meltdown in Atlanta last night by a Instagram model and LeBron James. And I think they both had a little bit of a meltdown. And we'll get to some of that, see if you'd like to heckle. It's the John Kincade Show, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic. It is great to be back in Philadelphia, and more importantly, it is great to do business with people like Steven Singer. Now, for you, all you have to do is buy jewelry from Steven Singer. Me, I have to actually sit in meetings with him. And I can assure you, you're getting the better end of this deal. He's got the best in jewelry at the best prices, and more importantly, you don't wait for sales when you're dealing with Steven Singer Jewelers, because Steven Singer's got an amazing selection of fine gifts. And by the way, guys, it's February 2nd. That means Valentine's Day is right around the corner. There is no excuse for you not to have a great gift for the lady in your life from Steven Singer with Valentine's Day coming up next week. You go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Better yet, why don't you have her make up a little wish list for you, that you always know what she's been eyeing up at IHateStevenSinger.com, and then you know what to get her. You can surprise her. You have her list 4 or 5 things that she likes, and then she doesn't know what's coming. But what I can tell you this, Steven Singer's got the best pricing, he's got fantastic customer service, and you don't have to deal with them. You don't have to sit on Zoom calls with them. So you're really the big winner in this equation. With Valentine's Day coming, go check out their 24-karat gold roses dipped. They're life preserved forever. It's an awesome gift. Now, free shipping, too. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, everybody, it's John Kincade, and you know I've been using a little extra time now to learn how to cook, to learn my way around my old hometown. There are so many new roads around here, and I'm constantly using my T-Mobile phone. And you know why it's so easy for me to use it? Because it's got the best network. Since T-Mobile and Sprint merged, the best network is right here in my old backyard of Philadelphia that I'm starting to learn all about again. Plus, with my wife and daughter down in Atlanta, I constantly have to stay connected. I need a reliable network. I want to be able to FaceTime, and I want to be able to use all those apps on the phone while I'm watching sporting events at night. You get the idea? My T-Mobile device never lets me down because I've got the best network, and I've been a customer with T-Mobile since day one. You can use your phone in more places, everywhere you go. I want you to make the switch to T-Mobile today. Visit T-Mobile.com to learn more. Get into one of their local area stores. And remember, coverage is not available in some areas. Tell them Kincade sent you.
Every player matters, and finding the right person can make all the difference.
In 1999, the Indianapolis Colts traded Marshall Faulk to the St. Louis Rams for a 2nd and 5th round pick. The move helped transform the Rams offense into one of the most dynamic in the history of the NFL. They became known as the greatest show on turf. Falk won the NFL MVP in 2000, and the Rams went on to reach 2 Super Bowls, winning Super Bowl 34.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
When scouting talent, teams use all the tools at their disposal to determine the best fit for their rosters. LinkedIn Jobs works that way for your business. Post a job with targeted screening questions, and LinkedIn will quickly get your role in front of qualified candidates. Manage job posts and contact candidates from a single view as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. And now you can post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facility safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dealing with battery problems? We can help you out and get you ready for the colder weather ahead. Let's start with a free battery test. If you just need a free charge, we can help with that too. And if it's time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2019.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
For the big game, there's one thing everyone can agree on. Fresh, soft pretzels. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com now and order your pretzel tray. You can't forget the pretzels, and there's bound to be a Philly Pretzel Factory near you. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com to find your location. Score the extra point with your choice of dips, from cheese to chocolate to super hot mustard. You and your pretzel tray will be the real MVP of the game. Philly Pretzel Factory, where better gets made.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
Without more licensed workers, Gary's roofing business might hit its ceiling.
Hey, that new contract just got pushed up. We are going to need all hands on deck to make this happen.
Hey, Gary, you booked me on that other job next week.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In-store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia is headed to the heart of the Stadium District, offering thousands of slots, 150-plus table games, delicious dining such as the Prime Rib, and sports and social at the FanDuel Sportsbook and Lounge. Over 200 luxury rooms designed to unwind, and 5-star accommodations. Grand opening week, February 4th through 11th, with safety precautions in place. Visit LiveCasinoHotelPhilly.com for more details. Must be 21. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Without more licensed workers, Gary's roofing business might hit its ceiling.
Hey, that new contract just got pushed up. We are going to need all hands on deck to make this happen.
Hey, Gary, you booked me on that other job next week.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
The 55th big game is this weekend. I cannot wait for Sunday. It should be a damn national holiday. And to celebrate football's finale, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in the big game. That's right. All it takes is for one touchdown to be scored Sunday night, and boom, your money is doubled. Sounds too easy, doesn't it? Well, it's true. As if this game wasn't enough reason to party, with double the cash you'll be celebrating until next season. And don't forget about DraftKings Big Game Prediction Challenge with up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs and instant prizes for everyone who enters the contest. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up using code FANATIC. That's FANATIC to get a shot at doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in Sunday's game. That's code FANATIC. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Wait a minute.
DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details, John.
JV just got done that. It was still going on.
It was wonderful.
It's almost like they're messing with you. The folks at DraftKings are messing with you a little bit. They're like, Jamie's such a pro that we can throw anything at him.
Well, I think they're mad at me because championship weekend I took a lot of their money.
See, there it is.
They wanted revenge. Yeah.
There it is. Well, that is a great segue because later today, there is a challenge that will be placed to every single member of the John Kincade Show crew, and we will compete on Super Bowl Sunday. And I'll tell you how we're going to do that. And we will do it all on the app of our choice. I know the folks at BetMGM will be very happy that Pat Egan will be doing a part of the thing. Tonight we've got Beers with Bob.
That is correct. Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
So we've got plenty of opportunity tonight. We will find out who is the best handicapper on the show, and somebody will walk away victorious with the crown for Super Bowl 55. So as we get rolling here. We'll have more on a little bit on heckling with LeBron James coming up because LeBron had a rough night last night in Atlanta with a Instagram model, which I just love.
Yeah.
So if I post pictures of myself in a suit, tomorrow I have to wear a suit for a function. So if I post pictures of myself in a suit, can I call myself an Instagram model?
Are you going to pop your hip out and show that ass?
I absolutely will. It's bulbous. It's impressive.
Well, then, I think you qualify.
So you get to just call yourself a model?
I think so.
Where did you come up that you have a bulbous ass?
It's a bulbous because I do not have. See, I've got a very taut bulbous ass. I don't have flat man ass.
How do you know?
He's got a donk.
Like, do you turn around?
I don't know. How do you mean I don't know?
When was the last time you guys saw your own asses?
How about doesn't your wife compliment your backside?
Apparently not.
Bob, I mean, come on now. Bring the romance
Bobby
back.
Basketball over here.
Because your wife says you have a tight bulbous ass, she might be lying, John.
No, she's not lying.
I think it's
I've seen your ass. I don't know. I'm not impressed.
Jealousy, Bob.
I think Bob's a little.
He must work out.
That's why I'm doing it there. Hey, in the linchpin today, it seems as if we've got something new to be excited about here in basketball land.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, there was something really exciting to come out of the game the other night, and I don't think they're going to overuse it. I think this is a back pocket piece for maybe the playoffs and the playoff push. But when they busted out the Chaney 2-3 zone the other night with Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle at the top of the zone, holy hell, was that impressive.
And out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it was great coaching by Doc Rivers, and, additional great coaching keeping Matisse and Furkan in as the hot hands. But those two at the top of a key, and it amazes me how NBA players are so removed from zone basketball that their brains just completely turn to mush and they don't know how to beat it. And I think it's something they're going to have in their back pocket when they need stops. And it's a really exciting proposition for this team.
Is it something that, by the way, the members of the Sixers claiming they've practiced it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The way they executed it certainly didn't look like they practiced it for 5 minutes. Bob, is that a concept that comes back to these players? Because they do get, offensively, players get discombobulated when they face it. And these are the highest level basketball players in the globe.
Well, it's like Matisse Thybulle had a great quote. He said, I felt like I was back in college again. I was just told to go get it. And he had 11 deflections in the fourth quarter. It's something that you all know as basketball players. Zone. You played zone at some point in your life, probably predominantly for years or whatever. What I liked about it is a couple things. You played it, and you didn't have Joel Embiid in there. Yeah. Now, Doc Rivers can look at it and say, wow, we could do this and say Joel has 4 fouls, and maybe we can do something like this. It protects you a little bit. It forces teams. Rarely do they dribble penetrate against a zone, which is what you should do. You should hit seams, look to draw 2 defenders, and then you're kicking. But for some reason, offenses forget that in the NBA. They can do it with Joel Embiid. Jamie, I'll tell you, 2 years ago, I sat down with Brett Brown. I was like, hey, anybody in the NBA ever think of putting in a matchup zone? Because I think it would be really disturbing to other teams because they haven't played against it. And if you have the proper teachers to teach a matchup zone, it is such a great defense because it takes, if nothing else, the offense a little while to figure out where they can find an opening. You only have 24 seconds in the NBA. So I thought it was a great move by Doc, and Jamie, you're right. Back pocket, I'll pull you out when I need you. Yeah, I love it.
It's a testament to how good of a coach Doc Rivers is.
He's a different level.
It really, I felt like Brett Brown stuck to the script way too much. No matter what happened, he couldn't divert from the script. Doc Rivers sees something, and to Jamie's point, he wouldn't have stuck with Furkan Korkmaz. But Doc goes, all right, this makes no sense, but it's working, so we'll stick with it. And that gets me the most excited about the future of this team.
I love that he has his roster engaged. His roster is engaged because you never know when he's going to decide to say, hey, kid, I need you tonight.
Yeah.
Or, kid, we're going to let the veterans handle this kind of thing.
This game's not for you. Yeah.
I mean, I love the fact, though, that he's got them where any night they come to the park, to the stadium, I should say, they know that they may be called on to play a critical role or have a critical sequence. And that's awesome.
And the best part about it is, as I always say, play to your strengths, right? So Matisse Thybulle's strength is obviously defense. So the other night you say, well, if I put him in man and they just they have their offensive player, whoever Matisse is covering, go stand in a corner and take him out, how can I keep him engaged in the offense? 2-3 zone. Yep. There it is. The ball has to start up high. He's already engaged. And my God, watching him and Ben Simmons just move around like that, it was frightening if you're an offensive player.
That's a lot of arm.
It is, right?
Now, the idea is this. You're saying about back pocket. This can't be something you're showing frequently.
No.
I would be practicing it frequently.
Yes.
You'd practice it frequently.
I really would.
Show it frequently.
Yeah, I really would. And
I love I just love the idea that you can players can practice something for 5 minutes and execute it like that.
I think it speaks to the defensive IQ of this team to show them something so quickly and say, all right, we're going to run it. And then those guys are able to run it, no problem. I think they have some high IQ defenders on this team, and it really showed.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that's I got to give credit to Brett because Brett, while he wasn't the best coach, his talent evaluation was really good. Like him and Elton worked really good together to find hidden gems in the draft, like Shake Milton, like Matisse Thybulle. You usually don't get contributors in the 20s. He got Landry Shamet and Matisse Thybulle back-to-back years.
Okay, can I ask you, though, why some of these guys now are showing what they got and they didn't show what they got before?
Well, because Brett Brown wasn't the best coach.
I mean, they evaluated the talent, but then they didn't use it.
Well,
or didn't develop it.
I mean, Shake's in his, second year, really, of full. Yeah. They kind of brushed him off a little bit last year. Thybulle hit a rookie wall last year, the likes of which I've seen a lot of times, and he couldn't get out of it until they got to the bubble. You thought he would get out of it, but by then he was buried so deep in the rotation, it was tough. So, I mean, Pat makes a great point. Late first-round picks, great picks. It's going to help this team an awful lot.
Hey, our friends at Martin Law, you know them. They're the law firm for injured workers. I want you to visit paworkinjury.com. Are you checking us out on twitch.tv? A lot of people have gotten to be part of the Twitch family and also on YouTube. You just search us, 97.5 The Fanatic, and you can be a part of our online family if you choose not to consume through the normal radio cycle. And also, those of you who are streaming on the 97.5 The Fanatic app, we really appreciate you. The streaming numbers are always, it's fun to see you out there. We can't see your face, but we love to know that you're out there. So that is fantastic stuff. So last night, in Atlanta, LeBron James and the Lakers playing the Hawks, and there was an Instagram model, and again I use the term loosely because So if I hammer in a nail this afternoon, and I post it on the internet,
yep,
am I an Instagram carpenter? Does that make me an Instagram carpenter?
It depends on how you're doing it.
How's your woodwork?
Yeah.
Hey now.
Like as Jamie said, you got to have your hips to the side. You got to be popping that taut bulbous ass out. You got to be making women swoon.
That's what I'm wondering. Is that that's what makes you an Instagram? And believe me, there's no woman that wants me to see me anywhere near a toolkit.
I guess you have to. Maybe one of the qualifying things is, does her milkshake bring the boys to the yard?
Yes.
Does that qualify?
My toolkit doesn't. I can tell you. I can tell you that.
Bob, how you feeling?
Just very few functional tools.
Bob wants to talk basketball.
Can we get back to LeBron?
LeBron James last night engages with a heckler.
She's been already given a nickname.
What is her nickname?
Courtside Karen.
Courtside Karen.
Amazing. So real quick, I wake up today and she's 25 is trending on Twitter, and I'm like, why? What is this about? It's about because this woman went on Instagram and laid into LeBron and finished with, if he gets frazzled by a 25-year-old woman, then he's soft or something like that. The internet took that and ran with it, saying there's no way this woman's
not 25. There's no way she's 25. But I can tell you this, for those of you who haven't been to Atlanta recently, you're knee deep in women that are, first of all, Instagram models, and then these middle-aged women masquerading as 20-somethings. I mean, what the blank? 25, come on.
Her husband is 60, and they were sitting together at the game.
And believe me,
I assume he's a big paper guy.
She made it known that she's not a gold digger.
And to get into the Hawks, right now to be able to sit courtside where they're sitting, it's only a limited number of people that are going to the games. They have to be big money season ticket holders too to be put there. And she gets into a shouting match with LeBron, a back and forth with LeBron, where she claims LeBron James called her an effing B.
Yeah.
I could tell you this, is that I'm trying to talk to some people that covered the event.
First of all, I ain't no bitch.
And they are sort of confirming from some media in Atlanta that exchange did happen. Now, the use of the F-bomb attached to it, but the calling her a B was it's being confirmed by quite a few people. I think that's as low rent as it comes.
Well,
I think a man calling a woman that he doesn't know, calling her that, I don't care if he's a superstar in the NBA. I don't care if he's who he is. I think that's as low rent as it comes. And you can't have rabbit ears like that. You can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't be involved like
apparently, the original squabble was with the girl's husband.
Yes, he was heckling, and by the way,
and then she stuck up for her man.
Right, he's a heckler.
You ain't gonna talk to my man like that.
The weird thing is that now, so from a Atlanta media member here telling me this morning, he said, I can confirm that it appears the B word was being tossed around, that she was being called a female dog. He also can confirm that this gentleman was riding LeBron incessantly and ignorantly for most of the night.
She says that in her.
Oh, she does admit it.
She says, for some reason, my husband has a thing with LeBron.
Okay. Well,
I don't care about
the instigator of this whole thing
is the husband.
Was not LeBron James. And the instigator, the woman, was not saying a word, reportedly, hardly paying attention to the game. According to this media member, hardly paying attention to the game, more interested in the cocktails and going back and forth. She wasn't paying attention.
She's got to keep up with her brain. She's probably taking some selfies.
That could very well be.
She's a model after
But
all.
how did LeBron James get pulled into this?
Well, I mean, with no fans there, you're hearing more things. And look, I've seen it courtside where fans... the heckling stuff, you can do that or whatever. When you go overboard, I mean, I'm not a fan of it at all. But when you go overboard, here is always my rule of thumb. If you're not going to say it to a guy alone in the street, don't say it to him sitting in the stands.
Absolutely.
While he's playing ball. I mean, if you have guts enough to say, what you say, okay, say it to him alone somewhere. And if you're cool with it, deal with the ramifications.
What professional athlete, though, would be calling a woman an effing B?
Yeah, that I don't know.
I mean, I can't imagine you are as soft as soft serve ice cream.
Yeah.
If you're letting a woman get
certainly not good. I don't really want to defend him, but we don't know what was said to him. Maybe his temper. It's still not a good look, no matter how you break it down, but maybe they really got under his skin with something nasty. I don't know.
Supposedly the husband was heckling ignorantly, and everything rude. No, supposedly using no slurs.
Okay,
that's so, and they have very limited media there. So this isn't going to get the same play that it would normally get. Yeah. This woman's a superstar though now of social media.
Courtside Karen
for being but still though. Don't heckle.
When they got kicked out, LeBron was quoted as saying,
"It's about damn time."
Yeah, he wasn't having it.
Don't heckle though.
Well, the argument is, look, I pay all this money. I'm allowed to go to a game and be a fan, which is short for fanatic. You can go there and say what you want to an athlete, whatever.
You?
Well, that's the unwritten rule. I mean, John, you're allowed to go to a game and boo and say you stink, whatever you might be. Once you get personal, like I'm not kidding you, once you get personal, then I think gloves are off. And if this guy said something about LeBron's family or something like that, I have no problem with an athlete looking over and saying, keep your damn mouth shut. Don't talk about my family.
Yeah, this seems uncharacteristic for LeBron.
He gets it everywhere he goes. I mean,
but the only problem I've got with this, and Pat, is the idea that there's nothing. The woman wasn't engaging with him until he's engaging with the husband. So look, the husband is clearly the instigator of the whole thing. He's clearly the instigator, that he instigated with LeBron. But LeBron can't engage with this woman. What do you like? Well, why is this acceptable that a man would call a woman?
I think it has to do with the breaking point and the fact that, as many people have alluded to, there's lack of fans in the stands. He's probably only getting it from this one guy. Told the guy to, shut the F up or something. Yes. Then she starts popping off. Don't talk to my man like that.
And then you have to engage with her?
I'm not saying it's right, but I think he just reached a breaking point. To
me, there's no reason that if the guy is being ignorant, again, like Bob said, I have no problem with him saying to the guy, sit the blank down.
Yeah.
And just doing that. But not engaging his wife. And that's out of line. That's completely out of line and immature. You're a grown man. You have children. You have grown children that are in high school, and you're conducting yourself like that. And Dad thinks it's okay to treat a woman like that publicly. That's a bad look, dude. That's a bad look. No, that's a bad look.
Yeah, it's not great, but.
Wait, seriously? Like you're hesitating on this?
I'm hesitating because. If the guy was talking all night and now his wife's getting into it, I think it was just a reaction. Like I don't think this is normally. We know it's not normally how LeBron reacts.
Yeah, like if the lady's calling LeBron names, you said no heckling. Say if she's pounding him like you and we.
But she wasn't though. Supposedly she was not. She did
a pretty good job of it when she got on camera after the game.
Yeah, but they said she did not get engaged until the husband. That the husband was the clear instigator. LeBron was getting ridden by this guy, and the media member says to me ignorantly that this guy was being an ignorant jerk all night long.
Yeah, which tells me something inappropriate was said on his end.
Yeah, supposedly no slurs though.
I used to be pretty big into heckling. Like I used to go down to the Phillies bullpen and give it to the opposing. Yeah, but we would do it. See, we would do it intelligently though, because this is before smartphones. So we would print out all the relievers' statistics, and we would heckle them about their bad 1999 season. We would give it to him.
I can't imagine.
How's it feel to be drafted in the 38th round?
I can't imagine. Now, have I booed? Absolutely, I booed it again. Mm-hmm. But I don't tend to boo individuals. I tend to boo team performance. It's the end of a half. Eagles are getting beat 17-0 and playing like crap. Like I'll boo that. They're walking off the field. I will boo that performance.
I boo my own team more than I boo the other team.
I don't tend to boo individuals though. Like a guy strikes out, I'm not the type to boo, and I certainly don't want you sitting in front of me at a game, the heckler guy. Absolutely will tell the heckler guy, sit down. For God's sakes, I didn't come to watch you. I came to watch the sporting event. And the guy who's sitting in this crowd, probably overserved, that is heckling athletes the whole game, standing up, heckling, screaming, because there's no way, cursing when there's kids at a game.
No,
I absolutely will be
like that.
The heckler guy that will do that.
No.
I just, it surprises me from LeBron. It surprises me. Why engage the idiot? Because he did. He engaged the idiots.
Yeah, LeBron's played thousands of games, and it is an unbelievable atmosphere when he comes to town. I mean, it is unbelievable. The fans gather around where he comes out. The team will come out and start their warm-ups. LeBron always waits. He's the last one to come out. And the fans are just there to see him. So good and bad.
And he puts on a great show, too.
Yeah, and he knows it every night he's performing, good and bad. Like, that's probably not easy. We can say, he makes millions. Yeah, but every night to have somebody on you night after night after night. Now there's no many fans there, and you can hear everything. I can see where you get a break. But I'm not. What's that?
You think Michael Jordan did?
Probably worse than anyone.
Charles Barkley?
All the best get it the worst.
Shaq?
Charles had his incidents.
Shaq will say it over and over again. He loved getting heckled on the road. He loved it.
I bet you LeBron likes it a little bit too. But, sometimes there's a breaking point. Like Pat said, I don't condone, the woman part of it, I don't condone.
Don't get involved with the woman.
No.
There's no reason to engage with a female fan. You're a grown man. And by the way, you're an imposing grown man.
Yeah.
And you are calling a woman, like you're getting into a thing where you're calling a woman names. Now, she's no prize. Let's put it that way.
She looks like a handful.
She has no prize.
She's gotten a lot of work done if she's 25.
She's not 25. There's no way that woman's 20. I will have her age, hopefully, by the end of the show. I will know somebody that is able to track her down. There's no way. There's no way.
When's your birthday?
She is not 25. There's no way. I'm going to say north of 31, 32.
Okay.
32?
Yeah, I think that's about fair.
Yeah, I would say about like 35 and had a lot of work
you're thinking
done.
35?
Yeah.
Man.
She looks a little weathered.
That's a renovation job. They did a lot then. So we've got an email that I got yesterday caused me to be introspective. And I love it when I'm introspective. We'll get to that next. 7 o'clock hour, the John Kincade Show comes your way next right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Well, there are no home shows this year. You realize that? Because of all of the COVID regulations and everything. There's no home improvement shows, and that's where a lot of people get their ideas to be able to go out to the home shows. Well, Window Nation is announcing their first ever virtual home show with incredible savings. How about this? For a limited time, get 2 free windows with every 2 that you buy, and there is no limit. So buy 2, get 2, no limit. Buy 20, get 20. You get it? Plus no down payment, no payments, no interest for 24 months. So that'll take you into 2023 before they're expecting you to pay for this stuff. Window Nation has installed and has a A+ Better Business Bureau rating. No one's more qualified to install your new windows, and when you can buy 2 and get 2 free and pay nothing for 2 full years, this is the perfect time to renew your love in your home. Make your home more energy efficient, make it have more curb appeal, and right now with the special home show bonus, you can get a Nest thermostat with a house full of windows. So call today, 866-90-NATION, or go online and window shop at windownation.com. Get it? Window shop, windownation.com. 866-90-NATION. Take advantage of the savings. Tell them Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team to get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay and Kansas City play next Sunday. That's right, you could bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. I think I like Andy Reid and Kansas City to win this one. And I've been betting football on FanDuel all season long. The app's so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials, and so much more. But my favorite feature is definitely the same game parlays, where you could get a massive payout. There's no better time than now to try FanDuel Sportsbook. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Natalie to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Natalie.
Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on a designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I hate Steven Singer.
I get that a lot.
You know why?
Why?
Because unless I buy my gifts from Steven Singer Jewelers, my wife isn't satisfied.
So, how can I help you?
Well, how do you get away with advertising real roses you don't throw in the trash in a week?
They're my famous roses, dipped in pure 24-karat gold. They last forever.
Sounds expensive.
They start at just $59. Each one comes in a premium color and is shipped in our signature gift box with a love message from you.
Do I have to water it?
Nope, it's a real rose, and it's preserved in pure gold.
All right. How do I get one?
Easy. Just go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
Shipping.
It's free, and your rose is guaranteed for life.
What if she hates my personal love message?
Just pick one from our online list.
Just click on IHateStevenSinger.com to see the entire collection of real roses dipped in 24-karat gold. No matter how you feel about Steven Singer, she'll love it.
Do you still hate me?
Absolutely.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Well, as the world's blandest man, the idea of insurance made for me is almost riveting.
Big fan of beige?
I find other neutrals too unpredictable.
That's cool. Liberty Mutual's just here to protect your home with customized insurance.
And here we've got my doorstop collection.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Fact: no one likes feeling lost. Whether you're stranded on a deserted island or while you're filing your taxes. But with Tax Act expert help, you'll get access to real live CPAs and tax experts 7 days a week. They'll help you get your maximum refund guaranteed. I double pinky promise it. So don't get stranded while doing your taxes. Get the help you need. File for less and get more with Tax Act. Start for free at taxact.com. See taxact.com for complete details.
The 55th Super Bowl is this weekend, and DraftKings, the official daily fantasy sports partner of Super Bowl 55, has up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs. Download the DraftKings app and use code KJZ to enter the free $55 million Super Bowl prediction challenge. Everyone gets an instant prize up to $25,000 just for playing. That's code KJZ, only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55. Terms, conditions, and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone?
Yes, Drill Sergeant! Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Carmen's startup found an angel investor, but now they're asking for a miracle from her development team.
Hello, this is Carmen. That's exciting news. I guess we could launch early.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has the technology, supplies, and furniture you need to upgrade your workspace at amazing prices.
Like right now, select chairs are 40% off.
Plus, when you buy any office chair, get 25% off all desks, file cabinets, chair mats, bookcases, and lighting purchases.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples. See staplesconnect.com for details.
Ends 2/27/21. In-store only while supplies last. Curbside available at most stores.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I am often asked, what is the value of my case? The answer, of course, depends on your injuries, liability, and the damages to you financially. And it also very much depends on the law firm you hire to represent you. Many times, firms are hired without much thought or research. All firms are not the same, not even close. I know of firms and lawyers who haven't tried a case in years, maybe never. The insurance company knows who they are, too. Some lawyers need the money more than you do. Go to forthepeople.com and look at our verdicts in court. Here you will see injuries just like yours. You will see what the insurance company offered and, more importantly, what a jury decided. You will have an idea what your case may be worth in our hands. And just because you've already hired a lawyer doesn't mean you can't fire them before it's too late. Happens all the time. For over 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has been here at your time of need. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. On your cell, dial pound law, that's all.
Offices, Philadelphia.
It's John Kincade telling you about my friends at Parks Casino and that Parks Casino Sportsbook app. I took my first L last night, by the way, because I went and took the Hawks +7. I didn't realize that LeBron was going to have a meltdown and get fired up by an Instagram model. You see, the Parx Casino Sportsbook app lets you pick and choose your spots to be able to find the best in-game betting, pregame, you want to parlay, all teasers, things like that, whatever it is. The Parx Casino Sportsbook app gives it to you. Easy deposits, great odds, and outstanding customer service. And more importantly, I'm always a believer in shopping locally. So why don't you do business locally? Do you want to do business offshore or do you want to do business up the street? The Parx Casino, you know where to get there, and it's awesome. And new customers, you can sign up now and get your first bet risk-free up to $500. Download the app or go to parxcasino.com/PA. Use the promo code FANATIC, and your risk-free bet can be refunded in site credit. See the website for terms and details. It is my home team sports betting app. I love it. You got to be 21 or older in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yes, I'm a seasoned broadcaster, but I've also got a fine head of hair.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Have you survived the nor'easter? And it's funny you guys say, I say the nor'easter term, Bob, because one of our listeners, Scott, says, that's how I think it's wimpy. We now name winter storms, and that never happened.
Oh, what was the name of this one? You did bring it to the room the other day.
Orlena,
yes.
Not Marlena.
Not Marlena.
From Days of Our Lives, or not Helena from GH. It is Orlena. Very nice name, though. Orlena sounds sexy.
That is a nice name.
Sounds like a sexy storm. Sounds like a Greek goddess.
It does not at all.
Greek goddess, Orlena.
I'm not kink shaming if you get off to winter storms. That's your thing, man. But
okay, if you heard that young Connor, who now will have his DMs are open, by the way, after the video went out this morning. If young Connor was getting a DM from Orlena.
Yeah, I'm out.
No, but you're
out.
You're thinking that Orlena is.
It's not an attractive name.
See, I think it's
I think Courtside Karen's name is probably Orlena.
Orlena?
Yeah.
Could be. She's
nothing against Orlena's out there.
Yes,
you didn't pick your name, but
nobody's named Orlena in the audience right now. Nobody listening to this show is named.
No,
Orlena.
we're actually the #1 show in the Philadelphia area for Orlena's.
For Orlena's?
Yeah, we'll have Cutler voice that promo.
If Orlena wants to come in. So Connor says he's 100% in on Orlena.
Yeah.
Sliding into
Connor's
his DMs.
100% in on anybody with a XX chromosome.
I have a new niece, a great niece, whose name is Veda.
Veda?
So whenever my sister, whose grandchild it is, texts me something about Veda, I always think she's saying vodka. So the other day she sends me a thing saying sweet Veda, and I thought it said sweet vodka, and I was like, what are you doing? It's 11 in the morning. But
Bob autocorrects to vodka.
Yeah, exactly.
Any
yeah.
V words. Happy vodka day.
I am so pissed off at autocorrect right now, John. Thanks for bringing that up. Every time I do the word love on my phone, it changes it to live.
To live.
Like, hey, how's things going? Good. Can't wait to see you again. Love you. I think, actually, I was texting with Mark Zumoff the other day. And it changes to live you.
You were texting love you to Zoom?
Yeah. I love Mark Zumoff. Yeah.
Oh, I love him too.
Yeah.
But Zoom, I've never traded a
he loved me right back. Oh, yeah.
I was going to say that.
No, we hug and say love you.
He's
Allah, when we text, it's a love you.
He's a lovable guy.
Yeah.
He really
keep loving on him. And partner, he likes to slap around the beef.
Yeah, and that's my boy.
Hey, the 7 a.m. hour is brought to you by my sportsbook app of choice, the Parx Casino Sportsbook app, where I took a loss last night. Hawks +7, and they lose by 8. Download at parxcasino.com/PA. Use promo code FANATIC. It's the best way to get in on the action. So as we get started here, upon returning, I hear from some people that everyone in Philly sports radio talks too much Eagles. Get that complaint. Look, no one understands more than we do here at this show, considering we talk more about all the other teams in town every day than any other show in this market. But that said, I can't say that I agree that there's too much Eagle talk in the market. Is there any comparable passion in this city for another team? Is there any scenario where you actually believe the Sixers or the Flyers could end up being the top draw? In Los Angeles, I can tell you, I believe the top team right now in Los Angeles, and it has been for a while, is the Lakers. I think it's the top draw in the town. Could I see the Sixers becoming the top draw in this town? I don't know. What about the Phillies? 2007 to 2011, they really did take center stage. But did they truly dominate over the Eagles? I don't think so. I believe that was more of a shared stage scenario of top billing. Could the Sixers ever ascend to the top of the throne in this market? I'm not taking a shot at the Flyers because I love hockey and I'm a fan and I'm back in the fold with Flyers hockey. I don't think an NHL team can ever own an American city, that it would be the number one draw in the city. But could the Sixers do that here? Could the Sixers overtake the Eagles? I would only say this. There was a time that I remember in my childhood when the Phillies were bigger than the Eagles in this town. And I wonder if that could happen again. 7 o'clock hour begins with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic and on Twitch.tv and on YouTube. And we appreciate all of you who are listening this morning and watching and streaming on the 97.5 The Fanatic app. Bob, we've seen it. The Phillies used to be the biggest draw in this town, biggest team in this town for a while. And I wonder, could this ever be an NBA town first?
I don't think so. I don't think anything could overcome Eagles unless the Eagles do I don't want to say a tank, but if they're bad for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you'd have to get up to a 7-year mark of being really bad.
Like the Jets.
Yeah, that's a great one. If they become the Jets and the organization is just flailing, and the Sixers, rise to where we think that they can go and maybe grab a championship here or there, or stay competitive for many years. That's the only team I could see coming close. But you still have in my mind, you have a big hill to climb to reach Eagle status.
Jamie, could the Phillies ever be the number one team in town? And you lived it being here, boots on the ground every day.
Yeah.
Do you believe the Phillies, even in that time, when they had their 2007 to 2011 run, the sellout streak, do you believe they were the biggest story in town, or was it still an Eagles town?
It's still an Eagles town, but the Phillies have the benefit of being the only team playing during a certain part of the year. So, with the Flyers and Sixers, it's really tough because you're up against football season. So you kind of end maybe as a focus. But the Phillies have a whole summer to themselves. They're the only one I would give a chance, but no, it's still an Eagles town. I don't think anybody can take that.
Yeah, I agree with Jamie. I've seen it before where the Phillies, the bank is packed and it's the place to be, but a big reason why is because they are the only game in town at the moment. With the Eagles, though, the fact that it's only 16 games and every game matters, that
plays
difference.
Into it. Yeah.
That to me is really big. Where you can afford to take a night off of any one of the other teams. You can't afford to take a Sunday off with the Eagles. So for that reason, no, I never see the Eagles being overtaken.
I would love to hear from somebody that has a contrary point of view. At 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Connor will get you lined up if you have a contrary point of view to this. Because I'm hearing from people going, don't talk so much Eagles. The Eagles, there's so many other great things to talk about in this town. I will tell you this. There is no sports talk radio station in America making their bank leading with NHL.
No.
No matter how much you want to do it. But on our show, we talk Flyers.
Yeah, we talk
Flyers.
Sure.
Because you can talk it, but we tend to lead more with where you're fishing in the biggest pond.
No one cares about hockey.
Where you're swimming in the biggest pool. I'm surprised to hear Martinez say that.
I was appalled.
Or the whole thing that confused me it still confuses me that Mert, who I call him Mert, and I've called him Mert since he was a high school kid, that Mert is Martinez.
That blew your mind.
It still blows my mind. I'm like, do people know his name's not Martinez? And people are like, yeah. But they can't pronounce it. And I'm like, they can't pronounce Martinez?
This is the worst pronunciation city in the history of the world. Alshon Jeffrey is still Alshon Jeffries.
Jeffries.
Yeah.
Triple.
And one of the biggest offenders is sitting right next to us.
Really? You do that?
Chuck Sirianni?
Frank Sirianni. Frank Sirianni.
Yeah, put some respect on
Frank's
Frank's
what I love
name.
about Jamie. He loves it. He does it.
That was right when I was going in. I was sitting in the parking lot for 4 o'clock mass. I'm waiting to go into 4 o'clock mass, and I'm trying to tell Jamie, and I'm going, Frank who?
I had you on the edge of your seat.
I said, who is
That's
Frank
right.
Sorrenti?
You know, I got your wheels moving.
It's must-listen radio.
See, so instead of saying a few extra, prayers for you, you missed out that day. The texts passed out at that point.
Probably had to light a candle for Frank Sirianni.
Look, Frank Sirianni I'm truly trying to figure it out, though. The idea of that you can talk too much Eagles, and if it's for those of you who believe that, I get it. That's why every day on this show, we tend to hit on almost every one of the. There's a day we'll pass on maybe Phillies in an off season or something, but we try to find some way to bring a lot of different topics to the table.
Do you notice that street sign over there in the corner?
Get back to the Eagles?
Yes. That was given from Andrew Salchunas to a former host here because our old boss would always say, all right, let's get it back to the Eagles.
Get it back to the Eagles.
Let's get it back to the Eagles because of what you said. That's what people care about the most.
Look,
you have a lot of work to do.
If you're selling Botox, or if you're selling high-end jewelry to women,
you have courtside Karen's attention.
You're trying to go to the areas where those people hang out.
Yes.
That's who you're doing it. When Steven Singer's trying to figure out where who's talking jewelry, guys are getting ready to buy gifts for Valentine's Day. So they realize go to where the guys hang out.
Yeah, it's Coach's favorite saying, right? Fish where the fish are.
Right, you got to fish where the fish are.
Right.
By the way,
Coach, we listen.
I mean, it is. It's just, I'm surprised, though, because, and I try to engage. If you send me an email, I try to engage with you and get into a discussion of these. But this gentleman yesterday he said, you guys could at least lead a few days with Flyers being the dominant conversation on the show. And I said, no, we'll talk about the Flyers. And we talk about them, and we talk about them every day. I had a young lady yesterday say that we don't talk about anything but me on the show, she said. And
that wasn't a young lady. That was Egan.
She said she listens.
Yes. Let's talk more about me.
She said, I listen every 15 minutes. And I said, I love you for listening every 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Yeah. And then I saw who followed her, the only person that followed her, and I realized what the whole agenda was of the email. But
well, think about hockey right now. Like, you have two subjects. Your young phenom goalie.
Yeah,
a little bit of a rocky road. No, nothing to be concerned about.
Let's not throw phenom around, please.
Well, that's how he's perceived. We'll get to that later.
This perception is amazing.
And then your leading goal scorer from last year, your all-star, was benched. Those are about as big of storylines as you get in the NHL.
And we talk about them when it comes.
And we touch on them, but they're never going to drive our show.
Hey, but we give all the teams as much love as we can. And I think the Sixers have been getting a lot of love. I love it because it's fun. They're an entertaining product.
Look, if they finish out the season as a 1 seed, people are going to get hyped.
There you go.
But still, it won't overtop the Eagles.
Here's the thing: you're going to have fans in the city. They're fans of the 4-for-4s, right? But you always have your favorite team. And when Sixers fans are going to tune in, they want to hear Sixers talk.
Right.
And if they don't hear Sixers talk, the tweets come in. And Flyers fans, if they're number one, if they don't hear Flyers talk, the tweets come in. So it's appeasing to, that's why we bounce around so much. If you listen to the whole show, you're going to hear it.
You're going to hear it. And it's so, and even if you listen every 15 minutes, like that young lady, you're going to hear it too. Some great in-season moves are always what maybe pushes a team from good to great. And Philly teams really need it. And we go to Cooney's Corner with it.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, so we talked about what Doc Rivers did the other night with going to the 3-2 zone
was awesome.
Or 2-3 zone. And it was a great in-game move and something that we haven't seen a lot of. It was our main beef, right, with Brett Brown. Just the in-game strategy never appeared to wow you, nor did it appear to win games very often. So it made me think, and I really want to ask you guys, and it doesn't just have to be Philadelphia. What was an in-season move change by any team that was really notable and that really helped that team? Now, I thought it might be a little stumper. Egan has one because Jamie's scratching his big nugget. I don't know if he has one.
When Drew Bledsoe was healthy and they stuck with Tom Brady.
Yeah, that was the first one that popped into my mind.
Well,
that may be the most obvious.
You made an in-season move, and you said, hey, this is what we're going to do, and it's going to push us over the top.
Got to give Doug a lot of credit for the offense he ran and installed with Nick Foles. I don't think there's any bigger one than that.
There's nothing bigger. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Was it? Okay.
Is how he reinvented the offense.
Yeah, he went to the RPO and just kept it pretty simple, but they changed the offense, out of necessity, but it won.
Right.
The idea of And I heard that at Nick Sirianni's press conference the other day.
What about Frank's?
Yeah, Frank, I missed his. I hear it's going to be on your weekend show.
It's not going to be any worse.
Is the idea that that for 3 years, it's one of the reasons I'm most intrigued by the guy, because for 3 years they did an offense for Andrew Luck. He did an offense. He did an offense last year for Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
He did an offense the sandwich year for Jacoby Brissett. That intrigues me.
Yes.
Because the coaches that can adjust to the skill set of the players they have and to make those adjustments. I don't think we've had a great track record of managers and coaches in this town doing that.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of, like, one that came to my mind, for instance. Brett Myers got moved from the starter to the bullpen and became the closer, right? And it was right at a time when that Phillies team was looking to, be a dynasty, win championships for, years to come. And that was big, taking him, right, James? That was huge, taking him out of the starting lineup and throwing him as a reliever, as your closer. So that was one locally that really popped to mind. I was trying to think of like a starter for maybe a basketball team or something that they took out.
I think Brett Myers was the opening day starter that year, too.
He was.
It was in season,
He was opening day
starter.
starter.
Yeah.
And then the next year, because they got Brad Lidge, they put him back in the rotation.
Yeah.
And he struggled. He had to be sent down to Double-A to get his mind right, and then he came back up and pitched really well.
Yeah, the Sixers wanted...
Does he have his mind right?
It's the jury's still out on that one.
Yeah.
But he pitched really well.
He would have gotten into it with the courtside Karen last night in Atlanta.
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah.
That he would have gotten into it. You know what the problem is, though, Bob, with this subject matter is it makes me wish for more from the coaches that have been through this town. I can't think of one for Brett Brown. And his entire tenure.
I can think of one that didn't work. It was putting Shake at the one.
Okay.
Actually, he did pretty well. I mean, if you're talking about the bubble,
yeah.
I thought the kid.
Right.
I thought the kid, considering he was thrown into a
I
new
don't want
role.
to think of the bubble with this organization.
No, I'm
that
just
is
saying,
a nightmare because nothing worked.
He was essentially a rookie thrown
I
into
get you.
playoff basketball as a point guard with no experience. I
Yeah.
think considering he did pretty good.
Yeah, the problem is it
Pretty
didn't
well,
work all that
excuse
well
me.
for Ben Simmons,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So I think going the opposite way, what came to mind was, Brett Brown all those years saying, shoot threes and run, shoot threes and run. You didn't have a team that was built to shoot threes.
No.
So in the opposite way, he ran away. He ran a certain system that totally was not built for the team.
Wait a minute. We just sat through a football season. And it's the only thing that I will defend Carson Wentz on is that they did not cater an offense to Carson Wentz's strength.
Yeah.
But they did to Nick Foles.
Yes,
so it
exactly.
doesn't make sense to me that I know my coach knows how to do it. I know he knows how to do it. So was it honestly, was it a pissing contest? I'm going to tell you to do it this way because you're not listening to me. So I'm going to impose the will. I'm the boss here, and you're going to do it my way. It's the only thing in the entire drama and saga that I will somewhat side with Carson Wentz on.
You had media clamoring for Doug Peterson to call rollout plays.
Yes.
And he's like, I know. Yeah, we got to do that some more. And they ran one the next game. And then they ran none the game after that, and then they benched him.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, something was going fishy.
Yeah, it's last year I definitely think it was a pissing contest for sure. I also think that he wasn't the best adapter in game. Like, I think he had too much on his plate. So the rollouts, he knew he had to do them, but it would just slip his mind.
I don't know how that wouldn't be primary in your game plan. Like, it just all week long you're preparing the game plan.
It should be highlighted, right?
Unbelievable. NJM Insurance, they've been ranked number one in the nation in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance claims experience, according to J.D. Power. Visit NJM.com for your free quote today. NJM.com. Gentleman here, let me make sure I get the name right. Terry says, Bob wanted to know what's wimpy. The fact that I see no one on the streets and I live on a busy highway, off of a busy highway. He says, I see no one on the streets this morning.
Yeah.
He says, nobody's going to work. He's like, nobody's going to the work. Nobody's going out. He said, if they had been out like me delivering papers this morning.
Good man.
At 5 a.m, before he goes to his normal job.
Really?
He says that, he said, I was perfectly fine driving around 5-6 miles around the perimeter of my home, my neighborhood.
Hold on.
He said the roads are fine.
So because
he said they're fine.
They're fine,
hold on.
Egan.
Because this guy had to go out and work. He's mad that people that don't have to go out and work and can work remotely from home aren't on the road.
Nobody's saying like he's out at 5 he was out at 5 in the morning this morning delivering papers, and he says that he drives in a 5 to 6 mile perimeter of his home, so his general area, and he lives off a busy byway. Westchester Pike. He lives off Westchester Pike.
All right.
And he says down near Havertown. He said the roads are fine.
Yeah, but if people don't have to be on the roads, why would they be?
Okay, so everybody doesn't have to be on the roads, is what he said?
I've seen people on the roads. I mean, this is a ridiculous argument.
I saw nobody today.
But one you're making.
Bob and I walked over this morning. We had one car. One car on City Avenue. One.
And what time did you walk over?
4:30. 4:35 in the morning.
I wonder why
Guess
you
what?
didn't see many
On a normal morning, you would see plenty of cars at that time.
I just can't believe we're at the state in our society where we're complaining not seeing people in bad conditions on the road.
I think the idea is adversity. What do you teach the next generation about adversity?
About deductibles.
Do you just shelter down? Do you just hunker down and sit everything out?
It's not worth my $500 deductible.
Really?
Yeah. It's not.
Egan almost went into a flower bed the other day.
I
when
don't
this
understand.
started.
And you know
Yeah.
what? Probably because you hunkered down too much when this happened.
Totally.
You get out on the roadways.
But no, it's good to stay off the roads. I know. I got a buddy that's been out there. My friend Anthony's been out there for over 24 straight hours now plowing. So more
By
people
the way,
off
those
the
are
road.
some heroes.
He's out plowing, getting the stuff done.
Making
so.
some money.
Oh, he's blinking
Tasty
dollar
Cake Dom,
signs.
our buddy tweeted in. He said the roads are actually bad over by him. He's
By
out
him,
on,
they're bad.
Yeah, he's out
That's
on his
South
route.
Jersey, yeah.
So
It depends on where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, City Avenue looked really good today. I was impressed. Tasty Cake Dom, in fact, joins us right now. Dom, what's it like out there?
John, yesterday they did such an immaculate job. Today the roads are not fine. In Williamstown, the roads are not fine. I'm working as well, and even the Black Horse Pike is like I see about 75 plows out now. But I started at 5 o'clock in the morning as well, and the roads were not fine.
So wait a minute. So you got a truck full of Tasty Cake that's not been delivered?
I'm trying my best to get I worked 13 hours yesterday.
Oh, that is awesome.
I never sold so much Tasty Cakes in my life like I did yesterday.
I guess everybody's out there wanting some.
We got some hungry guys up here, Dom. If you're swinging
Dom,
by,
what
just
is
saying.
Dom, top three sellers in a snowstorm.
Well, the top three sellers always are the butterscotch crimpets.
Hell yeah.
The peanut butter candy cake is our The peanut butter candy cake is our number one seller. Like for every 5 of them we sell like 2. That's the number.
Wow.
And then the lemon pie is a really big.
Wow,
seller.
the lemon pie. I never would have guessed that. Dom, we love you, baby.
Lemon
and
pie
Dom
and
is
hot chocolate.
That was one of my dad's
So you like the
favorites.
lemon pie, really?
Oh, yeah. He always had a stack of like 3 or 4 lemon pies on top of the
All right,
fridge.
Dan, the fireman, has checked in. He's family. He said the roads are only okay, and he said of the Bryn Mawr Fire Company. He said the roads are only okay. They could be better. So everybody get better out there.
He sounds soft.
Be south there on the road. If you said...
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's get Dan in.
I am totally kidding.
I tell you, this Fireman Dan is double the size of you.
Oh, Fireman Dan would eat me for lunch.
He would. He would absolutely. No, he'd use you as a toothpick for lunch. There is a retweet that is causing some intrigue here on the John Kincade Show. We'll get to it next. It's the JK Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I love being back in Philly, and I know with Valentine's Day right around the corner, you need a great gift. And I don't want you to end up being the fool that doesn't take care of your lady. Now, look, over the holidays, you screwed up. You got her the vacuum cleaner. You got her something that she didn't want. You know what she wants? She wants jewelry from Steven Singer. I hate Steven Singer. I do. I have to deal with him. But you at IHateStevenSinger.com can check out his entire inventory, and it's great because there are no sales. There is nothing special. And right now you can get free shipping at IHateStevenSinger.com. It is February the 2nd. I want you to be an MVP of gift giving. And you want to make sure that your lady knows you've been thinking about her, and Valentine's Day is the perfect time to do it. Don't have to get a promo code from me. You don't have to enter anything. Every sale is the best price that he can give to you. He is a fantastic marketer. Not the best dude in the world, but he's a fantastic marketer. And I want you to know why I hate Steven Singer. Why? Because, well, let's just say my wife's going to get a nice gift from Steven Singer. My daughter, too. Check out free shipping, too. At IHateStevenSinger.com. Take care of it for Valentine's Day. Tell him Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Happy Hour, and Bob Cooney on a Tuesday night. Check out Beers with Bob. This and every Tuesday night at 6.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas go around the world of sports, bringing you updates and breaking news, plus all the betting lines you need. It's Beers with Bob on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Paid for by Protect My Car. Restrictions may apply. Plans and costs for coverage may vary. Call for details.
Yo, where's your car? Man, my engine blew, and I can't afford to get it fixed, so no car for me.
Oh, man, that's why I got me an extended service plan. That way, that blown engine would have cost you nothing to repair.
Hold up. You're saying if I had gotten that plan before my engine blew, I could have got it fixed and paid nothing?
You got that right. Drivers covered by Protect My Car will not have to pay for any covered repair bill ever again.
Man, I really should have called and got my car covered before this huge repair bill hit.
If you own a car, truck, or SUV made from $19.99 or higher, call 800-539-9879 right now to see if your car qualifies. All repairs for your engine, transmission, and much more can become a thing of the past. Just call 800-539-9879 and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Call 800-539-9879 right now. Call now to find out how you pay nothing for auto repairs. Call 800-539-9879. That's 800-539-9879.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all break them. That's why your small business needs more than resolutions. It needs solutions. And you can get them with Comcast Business. Whether you want to work more efficiently with fast, reliable internet and advanced Wi-Fi, make your business safer with powerful cybersecurity solutions, or stay productive with 24/7 support. We've got the solutions you need for your business to get there. So make this year's resolution better solutions. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get a powerful and reliable internet solution from Comcast Business starting at $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. Plus, get free installation when you order online. And for a limited time, ask how to upgrade to get a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Prepaid card offer ends 2/7/21. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business Internet and One Voice Mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation, taxes, and fees extra. Subject to change.
Let's face it, football fans, 2020 was kind of like...
Ouch.
But Unibet Sportsbook is betting 2021 is going to be a bit more like... And it starts with the big game. Sign up for $20 free today, $21 on game day, and two $250 risk-free bets. Let's do 2021 better. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Assurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Progressive Motorcycle presents Road Wisdom from the Motor. You never really stop riding in your mind. Unless you're thinking of something else. Like other thoughts. Progressive Motorcycle also presents Roadside Assistance. Progressive Motorcycle, for those who were born to ride. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The 55th Super Bowl is this weekend, and DraftKings, the official daily fantasy sports partner of Super Bowl 55, has up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs. Download the DraftKings app and use code KJZ to enter the free $55 million Super Bowl prediction challenge. Everyone gets an instant prize up to $25,000 just for playing. That's code KJZ, only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55. Terms, conditions, and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades and built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty for a performance like no other. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 straight years. And right now, don't miss out on all the great offers on the entire lineup of Ford trucks. Go to buyfordnow.com, then get to your local Ford store. Best-selling claim based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total savings.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Maximizing your refund and your peace of mind.
Now at Staples, save up to $25 on select TurboTax software, including new TurboTax Live.
TurboTax Live puts you in touch with a live expert, or do it yourself with TurboTax desktop software.
Shop in store, pick up curbside, or get it delivered same day through Instacart. And save big every day at Staples.
While supplies last. Ends 2/13/21. Curbside available at most stores. Instacart delivery subject to availability. Additional fees may apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Some fuel system cleaner could help. It cleans your entire fuel system to help improve your fuel economy. Right now, you can get Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner for just $4.99. Plus a $1 bonus reward if you're an AutoZone Rewards member. Not a member? We can sign you up fast right here in store or on AutoZone.com. Getting the job done just got easier. Terms at AutoZone.com/rewards. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hey, guys, you know what you need to do this weekend? You need to celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team and get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay and Kansas City play on Sunday. That's right. You can bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. It's been all the talk. Do you go with the greatest of all time in Tom Brady, or is it the greatest that's playing right now in Patrick Mahomes? We were talking about it last night in the hotel, and I think a lot of us are leaning towards the Chiefs. You know, I've been betting football on FanDuel all season long, and I love all the different things you can do. You can get pick a player, and you can go on over-under on them for the Super Bowl. You can go odds on any team, and the odds are so much fun to play. The app, it's just so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials. And my favorite feature, the same-game parlay, where you can get massive payouts. There's no better time than now. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Bob to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
All right, when you get faced, you get faced. It says, you have to love the 97.5 JK Show crew questioning Philly area residents as snow wimps as they're staying in hotels.
Good point.
For 2 nights.
I thought of that as I had my feet up yesterday typing that out.
I said I really wish I could argue that point.
Well, I'm only 50% the coward you guys are. I'm just saying.
I would say that. Now, here's the one thing I do question, though, is, Bob, how are you getting your car out of that snowdrift?
No problem. I love that. I love doing that.
Do you have a shovel with you?
Yeah, I got equipment. Oh, you have to give me my equipment back, actually.
Well, I'm going to give you after I clean off my car.
Sounds very personal, guys.
Stole my equipment.
But you have a shovel?
Take care of it. I got it.
Because it's a snowdrift where his car is.
Yes.
It's been sitting there for like 48 hours.
Plowed in.
Luckily for Bob, his car is tremendous in the snow.
Oh, my God. It sucks so bad.
It's the worst. I couldn't believe. So he picked me up.
No brand names.
Yeah, there's
names.
a garage across the street, which is an overhead garage where you can park there and you don't have to worry about that. And I parked there. And Bob,
can we?
Yeah, we can. And Bob was nice enough to pick me up from there. He did it last time too. When he showed up in the same car as last time, I couldn't believe it because it's just such a bad car in the snow.
Can I ask why you had to be picked up from there? Because it's like sort of
he offered
2 blocks.
You texted me and said, "Can you pick me up from garage?"
It's such an easy walk to the hotel. The hotel, even in a blizzard.
Yeah. Can you imagine walking with those legs? That's not easy.
And because unlike you guys, I'm not going to pretend to be not a bitch.
It's twice. It's twice the steps.
Yeah, it is.
I got to own it.
It's twice.
Yeah,
the
my
steps.
little legs. It's going to take a while.
I wish that I could, say, hey, there's a problem. And a gentleman says here, he goes, Kincaid's saying this. He goes, didn't Atlanta shut down when there was snow? And I'm like, that'd be really cool if I let it shut me down. Because that was one of my favorite things to do, was to always be able to drive in, and I would live significantly far from my station. And I would drive and be like, okay, I got
What's
out.
the most snow you saw down there?
Like 6 inches.
So
probably.
about what the city got here.
About 6 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. But the thing is, what happens is, everything there turns to ice because of the mountains, because you're up in the mountains. I mean, you're at, you got a house here, you're in Ardmore here, I think it's like 45 feet above sea level, something like that. Like my house back home was 1,200 feet above sea level.
Oh, wow.
So it always gets it'll get really, really icy. You get that icy stuff. That's all the problem. And snow always is gone. So, and my cousin's offering to pick you up next time. My cousin Ryan, who's Dan's son.
I appreciate
is offering to pick. He says he has a car seat in the back. Because he has a car seat for his daughter in the back.
It's a booster seat. So it's not a full-on child seat.
He can pick you up.
I'll take a free ride. I don't care what it's in.
Yeah, I would. So we can check
Joke's
that
on you guys. Have fun walking.
In the linchpin, never did a retweet get so much interest from the JK Show crew.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, Travis Fulgham yesterday retweeted a tweet in support of Carson Wentz, and I'll read it first, and then we'll get into it. The tweet says, "I've never seen a dude get more ripped apart for not saying anything than Carson Wentz is. LOL." Travis Fulgham retweeted that tweet.
The LOL.
Yeah, the LOL.
Jeez.
My question is this hatred that Carson Wentz is receiving on social media, and I'm sure there's some awful hot takes going on in Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio, is this going to unify the locker room back on his side?
No.
Because there seems to be a us against the media, us against the world. We're the only 53 guys that matter. And if it goes so far to the extreme of hatred for Carson Wentz, and sports hatred, is it going to get the locker room back on his side?
Here's what I say is no. And if anybody was bringing that up in the locker room, if they try to do this underdogs routine again, like everybody's against us, the media's against us, this is a complete Carson Wentz creation. And I would tell it to you now. There are 30 teams in the NFL, 30, that have ended their season. And every one of their highest paid employees has spoken to the media. Every one of them has had end of the season comments. 29 out of 30 figure out the franchise that doesn't have it, and it's Carson Wentz. This isn't normal. This isn't right. This isn't something we're hiding out in this point. You can put your words together, even if you want them to be in writing, and release them that way.
Jamie's got a good thing here. I don't think he's losing teammates because he's not speaking. I don't think teammates are upset that he hasn't spoken.
Correct.
And probably
to
Jamie's right. And probably to Jamie's point, oh well, good for him. He's not out there saying stupid stuff like you always, whatever it may be. I think Jamie might be onto something here. That teammates might be happy with Carson Wentz not having said anything yet.
Yeah, I think there are some teammates that probably are. I also think there are some teammates that are annoyed. I mean, it's 50-plus guys in a room. Not everyone's going to agree. I don't think it's as big of a deal as we probably make it out to be, though.
I just think he could end all the speculation by talking.
And again, 29 out of 30 franchises. Their top employee, their number one guy, has at least issued written statements or something about their season. So this isn't normal. This isn't protocol. This isn't how it's done.
It's not. And it's not a big deal if it's not a big deal to the Eagles. If they don't feel like it's a big deal, then I don't either.
I don't think they have the guts to call it out.
But if they go into camp, like, I don't think the players have an issue with it right now because they're not being asked about it because they're not doing interviews. But if they go into camp where the reporters are there every day and they have to be asked about this, then they're going to get pissed off. But right now, I don't think they care.
I think it's snowballing in Wentz's favor.
Really?
Yeah, like I think those guys in the locker room, you know, having talked to some of these former players a bunch, they view us all as the enemy, which is weird and not right, but if it gets out of control on social media, and these guys, they know what's up. They search names. They look around at this stuff. It almost sways you back to Carson's side because you have the defense of a guy you probably don't hate. You might not agree with the way he leads or is in the locker room, but he's one of your dudes. Like, love or hate, he's one of the 53. Like, you kind of got to have his back.
You know what I enjoy? The players that they hate the media. The media. And what do? The vast majority of them, when their careers are
Get
over,
into the media.
Try to run to hey, can I get a radio show? Hey, can I get on your show? Hey, can I start a career in the media? It's exactly what they try to do.
I told you, I used that line many times to guys if they didn't want to talk. I said, okay, but one of these days, pretty soon, you're going to want to be some sort of me.
Yes.
You know, like behind the mic or right, whatever it may be. So.
Oh, well, I'm going to fix it when I'm behind the mic. I'm going to do differently.
Some have done,
yes.
There's a lot of tremendous ex-athletes out there.
There are, but this
media.
is not. Defending Carson Wentz in this regard is foolish because this isn't the way top players in the NFL handle their business. This is not it. This is not protocol.
I agree.
Especially starting quarterbacks in the NFL, they are the faces of their franchise.
Sure.
So
but
there shouldn't be.
I think it's going to get out of control.
Really?
I think it's gone to personal levels.
Personal?
Yeah.
Oh, you think this city might overreact?
Yeah, but you're actually thinking it's gotten personal? I don't hear anybody calling him out as a bad guy.
No, I think people speculate. Like, by him not talking, it leads to speculation.
Then that's a Carson Wentz creation.
And then it can go. Yes, it is. But then it can go any number of directions.
You know how you end speculation?
You talk.
Correct. So I mean, if you're saying if people speculating's the problem, then Carson Wentz could end the speculation today.
Sure, but I'm putting myself in the shoes of like an Alex Singleton. If I believe he's I'm just using his as an example. If I think Carson Wentz is the guy,
when I do the eye roll, it's very visible.
And if I see all of Eagles Twitter attacking my guy, I kind of look at him a little differently. I want to come to his defense.
And what makes you speculate more? Not talking or getting out there and saying something?
Not talking.
You think so? I don't know.
You can speculate as to. Okay,
I think you just give more ammunition.
Okay, we do a show today. We do the show today. Pat, just walk me through this one. We have testy exchanges in the 9 o'clock hour of the show. At the end of the show,
he's a testy.
Bob leaves without talking to anybody.
Ooh.
It's rude, Bob.
No, but what would be the speculation?
That I'm pissed.
That Bob was pissed off. Bob may have
soiled himself.
Bob may have gotten a phone call from his wife saying, I need you to get home. We got a personal matter we got to take care of. May have nothing to do with that, but we would speculate, Bob was really pissed off about the 9 o'clock hour.
The difference is we're Bob's teammates, and Bob would probably text us and say, hey, Donna called me. I had to run out. The listener, however, which is us in this situation, is probably speculating maybe that Bob was still angry about the exchange that they heard. But he might have already conveyed to us, his teammates, that no, it's not a big deal.
I would suggest that if the Eagles players were the teammate bond was so strong, last year wouldn't have fallen apart like that because somebody would have said, "You're blowing off meetings, you're checking out of plays that the head coach is calling." We would have seen some leadership in the locker room that would have held him accountable.
That's what surprises me. Malcolm Jenkins coming out and saying, that all of that, and word coming out to Thursday meetings. Why didn't anybody step up in this? Why wasn't there some kind of a mediator?
So I'm sorry if I don't need to hear from any Eagles players now defending the situation like he's somehow being victimized.
Yeah, I just think
they didn't speak up when he wasn't doing the things you're supposed to do.
Sure, I just think there's a possible weird psychological effect where this could draw guys back to him.
You're right. Could be. Strange things have happened like that.
Yeah.
We know it.
It's a good thinking.
Good angle there, Lecture.
Yeah.
Very good.
See what a couple beers do to me in the hotel? Get the wheels spinning.
A couple, huh?
Yeah.
Couple.
Maybe a 12-pack.
Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. As long as we're raising the curtain a little bit.
Are we talking Andrew Salchunas 12-pack?
I got to tell you that I'm incredibly impressed by both of you. You two can toss back some beverages and not in the least bit be affected by it. Either one of you.
Yeah, last night was one. It's weird as a beer drinker. Sometimes you get in the zone where you feel like you could drink 30 beers and not get fazed.
In the zone.
Yeah, you do.
As if he's LeBron just zoned in.
By like the third or fourth beer, you're like, all right. I'm in the zone tonight. But that's not a good thing.
And it wasn't like you were, shotgunning beers.
No.
But you were enjoying adult beverages,
Sure.
and I'm going, okay, neither one of them affected in the least.
I was saying, a lot of practice, John. A lot of practice.
I was going to say, Bob's got a show called Beers with Bob, and Jamie is like, he uses IPAs and heady toppers and whatnot. I mean, this is their wheelhouse.
I had 2 Sunday. I had 2 yesterday. Yeah. And it's just this
Jamie and I had 2 also.
That makes you
in the 4 o'clock hour.
What I'm impressed with, though, is that it doesn't make you in the least bit tired.
No. No.
You got a little more mellow as the night went on. A little.
Yeah, I got pretty beat by the end.
But
Bob going sports trivia, like that's my.
That was fun.
I could do that for 6 hours.
Yeah, well, we had to stop him from playing, old bits of himself.
Bob was playing sports
Jamie
trivia.
texted me and said, "Help."
Bob was playing sports trivia.
No, see, I had an issue with that because Bob. So to take the listeners behind the curtain, we would Bob would say, all right, like top 10 all-time rushing leaders in the NFL. And everybody would just start throwing out names. And for whatever reason, even though I was sitting right next to Bob, I would throw out a name. He wouldn't hear it.
It happened once.
It happened more than once, Bob, and it hurt my feelings because you don't listen to me.
What?
There it is.
We're not our dirty laundry.
What are you talking?
I'm gonna say too. Why was I playing an old bit?
No, it was hysterical.
Because I'm asking.
It was funny.
I'm asking why.
Can we get away with that here?
Is this circle of honesty here?
I'm
asking why I think there is some tight ass behavior around this place.
See, I think you overthink that.
I don't.
I think it's a little looser, and I think
no, it's not.
No,
it's not. Not compared to what I've known. I played you yesterday. Some things
I've got a very taut,
some
bulbous
things
ass.
that we did.
Mm-hmm. It was funny.
It was funny.
And it was pushing the envelope, and every single one of you said we couldn't do that here.
No, I don't. I was
you were
saying,
the one trying to say we should try it.
No, I think we could.
We
I say
should
we
try it
yeah.
and ask for permission.
Yeah. No, just try it first and then wait till we get yelled at.
And
yeah.
ask for forgiveness. Like it's just, I think there's a lot of running stuff up the flagpole here that I'm not used to.
Oh, we gotta pass it by engineering.
That I'm not used to. I mean, it honestly, I feel like I'm going through these like I have to present a bill, and then it goes through Congress, and then it gets kicked back to me. Then we have to rework the bill. Then it goes to the Senate. Then they vote on it. I mean, there's a lot of things. I to the point where I have to ask permission to go pee. That's where I'm a little.
You're allowed.
It
John.
gets a little concerned.
I know it's 8 o'clock.
You want
time.
someone to hold it for you, and it's just weird.
Well, look. I thought it was in the fine print. Major League Baseball tried to say to the players, we want you to play a 154-game schedule and delay the season by a month. The players said, no, we're going to show up for spring training as normal, and we're going to play a 162-game season, and it's going to be just as normal. Baseball, why would the baseball owners put out a 162-game schedule and then try to change it to 154 and delay it by a month? I don't understand what the agenda is here. We've seen the NFL. The NFL is going to play its final game of the season on Sunday. The NFL played an entire season where players much more. We all heard. We had writers, national writers, and I can name them if it needed to be, that were speculating how many players would die in an NFL season. There were writers who speculated we would lose 7 to 10 NFL players to death.
Jeez.
Because we played during a pandemic.
Wow.
All of those things were boogeyman scenarios that were fake stories. And they went with them and they pushed the narrative. We're seeing an NFL season end. Why can't they play a normal baseball season right now?
Well, the owners in theory would save 8 game checks, right? Like they're not prorating their salaries.
No, they wouldn't have prorated it.
So, I mean,
8 game checks.
My head goes to cheapness and, relative cheapness. But if they have an opportunity to save 8 game checks amongst, 25 guys?
Oh, I thought I saw that they were going to get full pay even if they went to 154.
Oh, okay.
I there were different scenarios out there. There were different scenarios.
All right, the one that I saw then said full pay. Yeah,
because that would be obvious, right? If they have a chance to save all that money.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If you play the 154-game schedule, they were talking about the schedule lasting 1 additional week from when it's currently planned to end. So there would have been more of these. What does Mike say? The Fugazi doubleheaders. Those 7-inning doubleheaders.
I liked them.
Really?
Yeah.
I hated them.
Oh God, there's nothing more I could hate.
Oh,
so you tell me. So the NHL. It'd be like the NHL saying we're going to play 2 24-minute periods.
Sounds kind of cool.
3-on-3. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
We're going to play 2 24-minute periods. You're changing the rules of the game.
Yeah, I hated it. I absolutely hated it, and I should have loved it because it meant less Phillies bullpen. But I hated it.
I hate
everything you just said.
The Philly starters still didn't go deep enough into games as they got into the third.
And by the way, they've been doing
fourth.
that in the minor leagues for years. Doubleheaders were 7 innings, so the players were used to it. But I didn't like it.
I mean, I can't stand
this isn't the minor league.
I hate baseball ending at 10:30 at night.
Well, you're like that's
no. I don't need a 4.5 hour game.
You hate sports going past 10.
No,
it's a constant complaint from you.
Well, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
No, it's ridiculous for you because you get up at 4 in the morning. For everybody else
regardless,
that has a normal sleep schedule,
most of my buddies that I know usually are in bed by 10:30 at the latest.
How about 6:30 starts?
Yeah, I don't understand why that's not a thing.
Like, why would there be 7:30 starts? Why in the world are we starting games at 7:30 and 8 on
advertising dollars, which is stupid because you have more eyes probably at 6:30 than you do at 9:30.
Some of these games that I've watched, it seems like there's 3 ads that they just keep rotating over and over again. So it can't be about ad revenue starting the game late.
Well, it depends. I mean, how you watching the game? You streaming it?
No.
Okay, well,
not usually.
I don't have an argument.
Not usually. I'm not streaming it.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the 7-inning games. I thought, to me, 18 innings of baseball all in one sitting is a lot of baseball. And a lot of time. And the smartness of baseball, if you're trying to grab fans back, you got to get quicker with it.
You're changing the game.
No, I understand. I totally understand that.
So the NFL due to COVID is gonna play 3-quarter games.
No,
I mean it
because a one football game. Look, the problem with if I were to say to you, John, what's the problem with baseball that kids aren't jumping on anymore? It's too slow, right? It's too slow.
I don't believe that. I think they're playing basketball. I think so many more kids are playing.
Why aren't they? Because
it's 2 hours. They're playing organized basketball and they're playing soccer.
Yeah, because
a lot of kids playing soccer. I don't think that's what it is.
Well, I mean, that's just how I feel. Like I have 4 kids. When they got to like 12, 13 years old with baseball, and I saw it with all their friends and all, it was that major decision. Do I stick with it? Because it's really boring, but I like it.
What were they passing over baseball for?
Everything else that you could move. Basketball, soccer, football, whatever. Well, stuff where you could move, and it's constant movement. Baseball, that's tough mentally to stand around that long.
Yeah, look, it takes a special kid to go with baseball. I mean, there's a lot of standing around. It's a lot of non-action. And also, the most important thing, it's a lot of failure. You know, if you fail 7 times, you're a Hall of Famer. That's tough on a kid. It takes a special breed of kid to go, I want to do that.
I think it's regional because I can tell you, I've seen the kids play 140 baseball games a year.
But that keeps it moving.
Youth baseball.
Yeah, that keeps it moving.
No, they play 140 games. They play more baseball. They play double and triple what they play up there.
Yeah, I just know
it's so organized. And you look at the Major League Baseball draft every year. There would be 6-7 kids drafted from
it's Georgia,
the
it's Nevada,
right.
It's California, it's all the places you can play.
And they play like 140 games a year.
Yeah,
like Little League kids.
Yeah, I just saw it with all my kids. It was amazing. And, if I was helping coaching or at friends coaching, it was, man, you at 12 years old, you see it where the kids are like, do I really want to? My son Kyle, who was a really good athlete, played in an all-star game as a catcher, won MVP of the game, really good baseball player. We get in the car, takes his stuff off, and I'm like, what do you think next? He goes, oh, no, that's it. I'm not playing baseball anymore. Too boring. Just like that, yeah.
By the way, the rat in Puxatawny has spoken.
Yeah, how about that?
I take it it's bad news.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, the FU money keyword is good news. Coming up at 8 o'clock, your chance to win $500. Do not turn that dial. All right, coming up, these people keep repeating their mistakes, so I guess that's sort of like Groundhog Day. We'll get to it next. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I love my T-Mobile phone, and more importantly, I just love the fact that I could have a phone with anyone. It's about the backbone of the network you're using, the reliability of it. And with T-Mobile and Sprint merging, there is no question where the best network in the country resides right here in Philadelphia is with my friends at T-Mobile. And as a day one T-Mobile customer, I remember when they were PowerTel. I've been a T-Mobile customer, and I've never had to take advantage of all those little customers commercials you see every single weekend. Well, check out our new rate. Oh, we're going to throw in a free phone. You don't have to worry about that. When you've got a great carrier at a great price with reliable service and a spectacular network, you don't have to constantly jump around. T-Mobile's got deals for you right now. I want you to check it out because there's never been a better time for you to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com to learn more about it today. More towers, more engineers, more coverage. Coverage may not be available in some areas.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Stop getting ripped off. Just stop it. Don't let it happen to you. Stop getting ripped off. Stop getting fooled. Hi, I'm Steven Singer, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. Why am I so hated? Because we expose other jewelers that overcharge and underdeliver, and especially other websites. Let's face it, any idiot with a laptop can start a website. Doesn't matter if they lie to you, don't deliver what they promise, they mislead you, or just plain rip you off. Here's what I'm talking about. The only place you can find an authentic, real, long-stem, 24-karat Steven Singer roses is at, well, Steven Singer Jewelers. That's it. We are real jewelers who only have real jewelry, real diamonds, and real 24-karat gold dip roses. Don't fall for copycats. You're just too smart for that. There's only one place that has one price and the world's best guarantees and fast and free shipping. It's at IHateStevenSinger.com. Here is the real deal from a real jeweler. Steven Singer Jewelers is the only jeweler in America that's been featured in the Wall Street Journal, been interviewed on Bloomberg's American Dream, won the Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award, and more importantly to you, it's the only place you can find authentic, real, long-stem American beauty roses, lavishly and deeply dipped in pure 24-karat gold, a gift that'll really last forever, just like your love. So go to the most hated jeweler in America to get one of America's most loved gifts. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Free shipping, free custom love note from you. Magnificent gift packaging, and it all starts at just $59. Go now to IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelers. One place, one price.
Happy Hour and Bob Cooney on a Tuesday night. Check out Beers with Bob. This and every Tuesday night at 6.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas go around the world of sports, bringing you updates and breaking news, plus all the betting lines you need. It's Beers with Bob on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dealing with battery problems? We can help you out and get you ready for the colder weather ahead. Let's start with a free battery test. If you just need a free charge, we can help with that too. And if it's time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination. Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2019.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Hindsight is 20/20, and 2020 was a brutal year that for most of it felt out of control. But you know how you can be in control? You can be in control of your job. Your career, yes. In 2020, my computer career helped more people start IT careers than ever. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Take control. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
Right now, Allstate has almost as many ways to save as there are types of music. Save for being a new customer. Save for driving safely. Save for driving less with pay-per-mile insurance. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent to get a quote. Find out how much you can save today. Allstate. Now that should be music to your ears.
Not available in every state. Savings based on early signing, discount drive-bys, and mile west. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Let me be straight with you. This is a radio commercial for 3 small business insurance. With 3, your entire business is covered. So while you can't see the following scene, just know that this contractor's business is protected by 3.
Hey, toss me that drill.
Yeah, man. Heads up.
Oh, that looks expensive.
Now this is an insurance moment. But 3's got it covered. 3 is a product of Berkshire Hathaway Direct Insurance Company. 3, no nonsense, just common sense.
BetMGM makes pro football's big game even more exciting with a special offer for new customers. All you have to do is sign up today. Place a $1 moneyline wager on either team, and if your team wins, you'll receive $100 in free bets. That's an offer too good to pass up. But to do so, you have to use the bonus code PATEGAN100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Experience the big game like never before with the king of sportsbooks' innovative parlay selection features, boosted odds specials, a wide variety of props, much, much more. We were using it last night, and I hit big time. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com, and when you do, use the bonus code PATEGAN100 to win $100 in free bets if your $1 moneyline wager on either team in the big game is a winner. Bet with confidence at BetMGM on the most anticipated Sunday of the year. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Hello? 97.5 The Fanatic's FU Money. Your chance to win $500 right now.
All right, your chance to win some cash. The Fanatic's FU Money. You get $500 from us for you. Text the word everyone to 45911 or enter it on the 97.5 The Fanatic app or at 97.5thefanatic.com. That's the word everyone. One winner selected at random wins $500, and everyone that enters on our app or website is going to be qualified for a $10,000 grand prize. Get complete rules for this company-wide contest at 97.5thefanatic.com. All presented by our friends at Adam Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. If your furnace is useless, get it, FU. Get 0% financing for 6 years on an HVAC system from Adam Mechanical. And I say to you all, good luck. Eight o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. Brought to you by our friends at Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. And Master Jamie Lynch shared with us earlier that Punxsutawney Phil,
stupid rat,
saw a shadow, right?
Yes. 6 more weeks of winter.
6 more weeks.
As if we needed that rat to tell us that with a nor'easter having just
He's a magical rat, Jamie.
Gus is the better groundhog anyway.
I would say that Gary on Twitter might be the winner. He goes, does this mean 6 more weeks of silence from Carson Wentz? I said, very good, Gary. That is very, very good stuff. We're trying to figure that one out. As we begin on Groundhog Day, before I get to my opening of the hour comments, I would like to do something we never do on the show. I'm going to give, after my little monologue here, I'm going to give permission for Egan to post a poll question. So there you go. So I know that poll questions are a very big, I believe, the crutch of Philly sports media. It's now become the crutch.
This is big for you.
So we're gonna do one today.
Is this our second?
It'll be our second. Like, do you hate poll questions? It's Groundhog Day. And no, we will not be taking a poll question asking you, what day in Philly sports would you want to relive over and over? Because I've heard that topic done on Philly Sports Radio like the past 10 years. Holy recycled Batman. Be honest.
I'm going to go with the Super Bowl.
Yes.
First time, long time.
Our options would be quite limited. Honestly. There wouldn't be that many days to choose from. Honestly. Instead, I think of Groundhog Day in another way. I usually use the term Groundhog Day when someone hasn't learned their lesson and keeps repeating mistakes over and over. I'm like, it's like Groundhog Day with you.
Ned?
I usually look at it as a negative. You keep making mistakes. They never seem to address problems. Well, at this point, the most likely suspect to fit that criteria in Philly sports is the Phillies. They never seem to address what I believe is their need to build a solid minor league system with superior drafting, despite the others that they compete with in their own division showing them over and over that that's the way to gain cheap labor and to achieve long-term success. It's completely maddening to me. So, what's the mistake you see being made over and over that is plaguing in Philly sports? And that's the one for me. It's the Philadelphia Phillies. Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille, here on the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. And yes, for the poll question, Egan, you can post a poll question. Will a Philly sports radio show actually do the what day do you want to relive over and over in Philly sports topic today. And you can put yes, no, or they do it every year. You can also use that as one of the options. So yes.
I put it out, so just approve of it if you will, and if not, I can delete it real quick and change
I'm sure I'll approve of it. I mean, it sounds like it's pretty good, so we can
it's a
get
complicated
that
process here, Johnny.
It's a very complicated.
We don't do these often, so I don't want to mess up.
Yes, there we go. That's very good. I like that one. Will a Philadelphia Sports Radio show take the low-hanging fruit today and do a Groundhog Day topic on their
14 votes, 50% on each side.
Really? Right now it is big. Well, right now there are shows scrambling all over the market going, oh, wait a
Damn
minute.
you, Kincade, you just took my show away.
Took the show, and we spent at least 10 minutes 10 seconds preparing for that. So, right off the bat, though, I always use the term Groundhog Day as a negative, Jamie. Like it's always this somebody who I know that keeps doing the same stupid stuff over and over again.
Because you're a big Bill Murray fan, and you think of The Day and Ned Ryerson.
I honestly, I don't dig the movie as much as everybody else does.
Really?
No.
I just thought
like
it was okay.
I like it. I don't watch it.
You're just okay.
How about
Andy
this?
McDowell's fun.
That's not a movie I'm watching again.
Really?
I've seen it twice.
I get it. He's not going to watch it again. Groundhog Day.
That's one I dip in for like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there.
See, that's like not very much not to infringe on Mike's turf. But I am much like Mr. M.G. Missinelli. If I see The Godfather or Godfather 2, which I actually prefer more than Godfather.
The stick and click.
I stick and I have to watch.
It's been on too much lately, though.
Really? It has been. Yeah, there's been a lot of that.
It was on again this weekend. Like we were looking for something to watch, and there it was.
But I can't figure out why the Phillies don't learn their lesson.
Well, you brought it up, and the two places my mind went were Howie Roseman continuing to draft and the Phillies continuing to not poach talent from these organizations that build great farm systems.
I don't understand the idea of drafting is monumental, especially in a salary cap sport like football. It's monumental. The Phillies not drafting well in baseball is a total abysmal failure and not developing talent the same way.
Yeah, the development has been my biggest issue because I feel like they screw with these guys way too often. Changing positions, their starting pitcher, we'll have you play a pitch out of the bullpen, then we'll put you back in the rotation. So I think their development's been terrible, but I also think their talent evaluation's been really bad.
Well, I was going to say, who's actually left and become, outside like Carlos Carrasco, who's left and gone on to like be really good?
Yeah, even him, he was designated for assignment. I mean, the Indians really lucked out with him because when he came back up, he turned into the pitcher that they thought they were getting. To answer your question, nobody.
That's why I don't think it's development. It's just talent evaluation.
Who's the last guy? You brought up Travis Fulgham earlier last hour about a retweet. Who's the last guy in Philly that we say, man, they've been really coached up by what we thought they were to where they are?
That's pretty good.
This is really, but the thing is, that's a massive indictment.
Embiid?
We thought Embiid was going to be awesome.
Yeah, he was the third
He's
overall
taken
pick.
it to a whole new level because he was good.
I mean, Shake Milton.
Shake's one. Yeah, Shake's
that's not a bad one.
Shake's not bad. But isn't that terrible?
I mean, Jason Kelsey is
that's a really good one.
A Hall of Fame.
He's a Hall. No, he is a Hall.
He's a Hall of Famer and a sixth-round pick. Like,
yes,
that's
but
pretty
Jason
good.
Kelsey, we're going back to the Andy Reid first run of Andy Reid. I mean,
Giroux?
No, he's a first-round pick.
Yeah, you can't do that because he's a first-round pick. You got to find somebody.
What was Provorov? He was
first-round pick. He was sixth overall.
I think it's an indictment.
Yeah, James should have known that.
I think
Sorry, Zamboner here.
You even watch sports?
I think it's a big
NHL draft.
I think it's a big indictment that we're talking about the Philly sports teams, and it's not. The player development is sort of bottom of the list.
Yeah, if you want one recent, but I think the jury's still out on him, is Philip Myers. He was undrafted.
Okay.
And
he's see there's
so he was. I think he was sick going into his draft year, and he went undrafted, and the Flyers invited him to their prospect development camp, and he was on the ice for all of 20 minutes, and Hextall said, sign that kid. So
you mean Ron Hextall, who really like pretty much identified almost all of the young talent on this roster?
He was like just fired Hextall.
Well, it's great. Can we get him on the show tomorrow to talk about it? Oh, I'm sorry. He's not a Flyer anymore.
Yeah, he was like the Ed Wade of the Flyers.
I can't freaking believe it.
He could draft, but he had his faults.
I can tell you this. So, Hextall was just fantastic to watch as a player.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
To watch it, no, but even watching his work ethic behind the scenes is that he was intense. He was tightly wound. I think that's the worst thing in the world, though, that we don't have a a backbone on the teams in this city of player development.
Yeah.
And we have to literally play the Jeopardy music to go, who are they coaching up? Who are they? Who's going from being a marginal talent to being a star? Somebody who steps up. We have very few examples of it in this town right now, and that's scary.
Yeah, all of our minds are spinning right now trying to think of something.
And it's
You're
a
right.
scary thing to me that's where we're at with the franchises.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like Ryan Howard, but he was a 5th round pick.
Correct.
The 5th round in baseball is pretty damn high.
Oh boy,
it's tough.
Is Punxsutawney Phil a Philly guy? Is what people have said would be one of the topics that will be discussed today. Now, I do wonder if some radio shows now are having to have a emergency pre-show meeting, if they have them.
Could be.
I'm wondering if there's an emergency pre-show meeting being held right now. Wait, got to change up the topic. Got to find a way to change up the
Devon Givens just texted me and said, damn it, that's my topic tonight.
Damn it. For in the crease or in the paint?
It's neither, because there's no game tonight.
By the way, I heard Devon last night doing a really, when I was stuck in driving around trying to find iced tea.
I was going to ask you, when the hell were you listening?
In the
snowstorm.
Yeah,
I forgot that you had
I was
to take
out on the roads,
an hour
and
hiatus.
Devon was a very comforting listen.
As you skidded around?
As I'm like trying to get the vehicle to move and trying to get around, navigate as things are swerving around and everything. Devon's a very calming influence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This place.
It's the soothing
Does
tones
Devon
of
ever,
Devon Givens.
does he ever unleash?
No,
Yes.
not much. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it, and
You have?
it's not pretty. It's very rare, but there was a caller who said something about him one time, and Devon flat out, we were about to get a break, and Devon said, no, call me up. Call me up during the break. We'll talk.
Devon's just
and I was terrified for the guy.
Devon is so smooth. I mean, he's silky smooth.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you.
He's one of those guys where if you don't like Devon, there's something wrong with you.
you're
Shameless plug. I'll actually be doing a little Super Bowl pregame show with Devon on Sunday from 3 to 6.
How about that?
Leading you up to the Super Bowl. We'll go over all the prop bets presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
There you go. Hey, what's the story?
That's how you do it, Bob.
The sports story that people tend to throw up over and over again. Well, we'll ask Bob Cooney about it in the corner.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
Yeah, so in keeping with the theme, John,
Yes.
in keeping with the theme of the hour, what is it? What's the one story that this sports city goes to all the time, and it's nauseating? Now, I'll give you one. You can go long term, but I'll give you one that I'm so tired of hearing, and it's the Ben Simmons jump shot. Like, that story just keeps coming up and coming up and coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's because we watch the games.
Yeah, it's because we're tired of it. I understand it, but there could be one that has a bigger frame. Like, I remember, I'll go back a little bit, when the Sixers were looking for coaches. They went through 3 coaches when I was covering the team, and every time Larry Brown's name came up. Oh, you got to bring back Larry Brown. Got to bring back Larry Brown. Larry Brown, Larry Brown. I was like, oh, my God, stop. Is there a sports story in this city that just regurgitates, that bothers the hell out of you?
Over and over again?
Sure.
That people bring up? That is a really, really good one. Back in the I would say the Andy Reid's losses get talked about more than Andy Reid's wins.
Well, yeah.
And that bothers me a lot, that I will hear the smears of Big Red.
Right, that's good. That's a good one.
And because they will talk, I always think Andy Reid is talked about more for what he didn't do for this town than what he did.
I couldn't agree with you more.
And I think it's...
And this time yesterday we were fighting, and today I love you.
And I think it's absurd. I think it's absurd in a town that worships the memory of Buddy Ryan.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
A guy who accomplished zero.
Right.
Zero. Couldn't win a playoff game.
That's a great one.
And to me, I think we talk about more of, we regurgitate up what Andy Reid blown opportunities. Andy Reid got the ball to where there was an opportunity to blow.
Yeah.
Unlike some of these other coaches.
Yeah, the one that came to my mind right away, and I don't know why, and it might not be the best one, but that the Phillies are cheap.
Yeah, that's a false story.
That is very false. They're not cheap. They just don't have a farm system. So any talent they usually have, they're spending money on in the past decade, as opposed to spending money to supplement your farm system. They're not a cheap franchise, and people will say it all the time.
No, they're spending the money. That is one.
Yeah, and I think the reason that is out there is because Ed Wade back in the 90s said they were a small market, they couldn't compete. Then they ended up spending money, and it's been like that since Jim Thome. Recently, John, you're not going to like this.
What's that one?
Carson Wentz not talking.
That's one that's getting you.
I gotta
that's
be
because you work here.
Yeah, I couldn't care less if he doesn't talk. I understand we have to talk about it.
I
but
got you.
The long-term one is probably, this is from fans, the refs hate fill-in-the-blank team.
Oh, well, that's just...
The refs don't hate your team. They don't care.
How about broadcasters?
Yeah, I was
going to
say you could do that too with announcers. Yeah.
The broadcasters that hate your team.
They don't.
Joe Buck does not hate Philadelphia.
Oh, I disagree with you. No, I absolutely disagree. I
Really?
100% disagree with you.
Why?
I don't think Joe hates Philadelphia, but I definitely think Joe enjoys seeing Philadelphia fans in pain.
I think he...
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Is this inside information? Breaking news?
No, that Joe. There are fan bases that Joe likes and fan bases that he doesn't.
Well, so it makes him a normal human being.
Let me leave it at that. Yeah, but when you're doing your job, that's not supposed to be the case.
Yeah. I think that's human nature.
By the way, I think Troy Aikman has done a fantastic job of not being anti-Eagle for a guy who's a Cowboy.
Sure. Or pro-Cowboy, yes,
Correct.
because we listen for that.
And
He's
I
very
think he's
good.
done an amazing job at that. And I think Tony Romo also. I don't think Tony Romo is. I don't think he's a Cowboy lapdog at all.
Never noticed
Yeah,
it at all.
I don't get the biases from Romo, but keep in mind with Buck, his Twitter account literally says, I hate your team.
Exactly, because it's a whole,
Like he
everybody
knows.
thinks. Well, that's because he also does analysis as a play-by-play guy, which I don't need. NJM Insurance, is that one of those things you're tired of hearing too? NJM Insurance has been ranked #1 in the nation in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance claims experience, according to our friends at JD Power. Visit NJM.com for your free quote today. That's NJM.com. The idea, Tim McCarver in Atlanta, the fans in Atlanta, there's no one they will ever hate more than Tim McCarver.
Why is that?
They think Tim McCarver hated, because remember when Deion Sanders
That was great.
Oh, yeah, that was
bucket
fun.
of water on him?
Yeah.
And everything like that. And then Tim McCarver was like, well, I could be electrocuted by you throwing water on me.
Oh, I think he hates Deion Sanders.
You
I don't
really
know if
couldn't.
it-
Exactly. Like, you really couldn't.
Well, Bob almost electrocuted us last night in his hotel room.
You did.
God.
Bob,
that
you
wasn't
did.
my fault.
It wasn't your fault. You grab a bag of ice and just leave it. How's that not your fault? Like,
Okay,
who
we
does
need-
that?
let's open
I
that
said,
up.
Connor, take care of this.
Who goes, let me grab a bag of ice. Yeah, you're going to blame Connor. Let me grab a bag of ice from my room and just leave it on the table.
I mean, that is
Above an outlet.
above an outlet,
Genius, Bobby.
which we really could have had. Seriously.
There's empty ice bags all over my room.
I
today.
love, though, that.
Yeah, how about thanks, Connor and Bob, for going out and getting ice so all you
was
guys
nice.
could have nice cold drinks, okay? How about that? But no.
Let's see what Jim in San Diego has to say. Jim, you're up early this morning, brother.
Yeah, I love you guys on iHeartRadio. Like, I get to listen to some real sports talk out here in San Diego. And you know what? Every time I wear Eagles, Flyers, Phillies, Sixers, it don't matter. Some San Diegan always asks me about Santa Claus and the snowball.
Oh, that's a. How did we miss that one, Jim? That was one.
That's perfect.
That's a perfect one.
And love your show, guys.
Thanks, Jim. We'll come out and see you sometime.
Oh, man. San Diego.
Oh, my gosh.
My dad
I'd love
actually
to be
texted
there.
that in, and I texted him back and said, well, that's more national. So he said, fine. Then the one that McNabb sucks.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a good one. A lot of McNabb hate. He brought him on-
Donovan McNabb is still, despite anything that's gone on, he may be my favorite Eagle of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Not many people make that
I think
claim.
Donovan, I think Donovan might be my favorite Eagle
Wow,
of all time.
you might be in a tiny minority.
Brian Dawkins.
I was
is
going to
in
say
that
B-Dawk
mix.
and Reggie
Brian
White.
Dawkins in that mix. I love Reggie White. I love Reggie White.
One of my sneaky favorite Eagles of all time is Eric Allen.
But Reggie White leaving of his own accord, even though, again, I totally am a capitalist to the nth degree. I love making money, and I love seeing people make money. Makes me happy to see people make money.
Well, if God wants it to happen.
Yeah,
But
God
it's-
wanted
You
it.
see, that's where there was a bunch of... That's the BS that I didn't like.
Yeah.
God doesn't care about you going to Green Bay where the biggest paycheck was. That bothered me, that whole thing. So I always will root for Reggie, and he was absolutely awesome. He was awesome. And by the way, if you have sleep apnea and you're a big man, get it checked out. 'Cause that's how he died.
That's right, yes.
You know, you got to get that stuff checked out, and people think snoring is normal. And you got even, because snoring can be a sign of something much worse. So be sure to check it out.
Yeah, I was really thinking, John, after you made that statement, I don't recall anyone, and I am not knocking Donovan at all. I don't recall anyone ever saying to me that their favorite player, Eagles player of all time, is Donovan McNabb.
I honestly, as I think
Which
about
is,
it, I think he may be, because I think he presided over such a, like, my favorite coach, my favorite Philly coach of all time is Andy Reid.
Yeah, he's probably mine too.
He's my favorite Philly coach of all time, mainly because of the tenure.
Yeah.
The tenure that was mostly excellent. And he gave me an era of Eagles football, and in my entire life, I had never seen an era of Eagles football that was successful.
He righted the ship.
Yes. He always laid the foundation for everything else that happened after.
Yeah. I mean, Chip's success and even Doug's success are, reflective of Andy Reid.
Yeah, for 13 years he competed in all but 2 of them.
He was fantastic.
Like, you knew
I'd say there were 2 bad years.
Yeah, every year, and it was basically when Donovan was injured. Right. And then the last year, every year you knew you were at least going to be in the conversation.
Hey, remember, it's your chance to win $500. We are having our 97.5 The Fanatic Super Bowl Prop Bet Challenge. You're going to answer a bunch of questions. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com, and you could win $500. Some of the questions on the big game and some of the stuff on the weird stuff that goes around the big game. Like, how many chicken wings is Jamie Lynch going to eat? You got the air fryer all ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Get the wings early.
Yeah.
Don't be saying Sunday morning, I couldn't find wings.
No, it's a good
Shop
point.
for them early.
Yeah.
How long is it going to take to sing the anthem? Will the coin toss be heads or tails? Will either team score a safety? How many beers will Bob Cooney be pounding before the final whistle? Believe me, I'll give you a little scouting report. Just DM me.
Get ready.
DM me, because I saw it during a snowstorm. If that's what happens, if watching Adam Joseph and Cecily Tynan gets him to throw back that many, I don't even know what a football game was. 97.5 The Fanatic's Super Bowl Prop Bets Challenge. You can play now at 97.5thefanatic.com. And Jamie, who do we thank for this?
It's all being presented by our friends at PropSwap.com, where you'll find the best odds in the country. It's America's marketplace for buying and selling sports tickets.
By the way, we are all going to participate in a little contest among the hosts here at the John Kincade Show. And we're going to talk about it at the top of the next hour. And you can even play along with us, even though you will not be involved in the paying off of the wager when it is made. We'll tell you about it. We're all going to use our own sports betting apps. So everybody will be doing that. By the way, speaking of that, tonight we get beers with Bob and Salchunas. By the way, Salchunas gets no pub on that show. He gets no pub on that show.
What do you mean he gets no pub?
I've seen the promos. The promos, I hear the promos all the time. It's beers with Bob. I mean, now Bob is
and Andrew Salchunas,
but it's like a throw-in.
Every time Bob
mentions the show, it should be a throw-in. It's beers with Bob. I'm the one that came up with the idea. It's beers with Bob. He's lucky to have his ass on board.
How about beef?
And what was up with that ground turkey last night?
Yes.
Oh, he's
By the way, that smell.
Oh my God!
Holy
Yeah.
hell.
Thanks for bringing it into my room.
You can't bring that up 30 seconds before we have to break. That's a long segment we got to talk about.
The smell of the turkey. I learned a lot about my coworkers, though. I have a few observations I'm going to share. I learned a lot about my new coworkers during the midst of the blizzard of 2021. Please. We'll get to it next, plus more. And you don't want to miss it, because there could be some really great news for the Eagles coming up. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. February the 2nd. What does that mean? It means it's 12 days till Valentine's Day. Have you thought about the perfect gift for the lady in your life? Well, I've got the answer for you. It's IHateStevensinger.com. What I can tell you is this. The competitors hate Steven Singer because of the quality that he delivers, without sales having to be invoked, without having to enter promo codes. Every single day you find a great selection of jewelry at great prices at IHateStevensinger.com. And the number one gift for Valentine's Day, those real roses dipped in 24-karat gold, preserved, guaranteed to last a lifetime. They're absolutely awesome. And they have the brand new Twinkle Twinkle Deep Blue sparkling roses right now. You can get free shipping, too, at IHateStevensinger.com. I've had to deal with Steven Singer. Coming back to town, I was so glad that he wanted to get on as a charter advertiser. I've got to deal with the guy. Let's just put it this way. He certainly knows jewelry. Relations with some of the talent that he deals with, not as much, not his strong suit. But I can promise you this. I'll be grabbing my wife and daughter a gift from IHateStevensinger.com. You should too. There's free shipping. Check it out. IHateStevensinger.com. Tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Wow.
What a night.
We know you're ready for a night out, and Parks Casino is ready for you. Parks Casino is now open 24 hours with the best cleaning team in the biz and plenty of room for social distancing. Check out action-packed table games, your favorite hot slots, sports betting, and the newly opened poker room. Visit ParksCasino.com for more. It's time to get out and win. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What a night.
Parks Casino, Pennsylvania's #1 casino, knows you're ready for a night out. Check out the Liberty Bell Gastropub. Experience our award-winning menu in a comfortable, spacious, socially distanced restaurant. Great food, cocktails, craft beers, and your favorite sports on the big screens, all in one delicious destination. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Visit ParksCasino.com for hours and menu. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, with football playoffs winding down, it's time to get started on your New Year's resolution of finally losing that extra COVID fat. Don't spend another year struggling, since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's highly successful program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it off for the rest of your life. You're not sure if you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. You also get the doctor's personal email and phone number with locations close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. Don't want to leave your home? NJ Diet is also available with live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good. That's njdiet.com.
Hindsight is 2020, and 2020 was a brutal year that for most of it felt out of control. But you know how you can be in control? You can be in control of your job, your career. Yes. In 2020, my computer career helped more people start IT careers than ever. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Take control. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Want to be a fly on the wall at Nat Geo's headquarters? Well, with the Overheard podcast, you can. From smuggled dinosaur bones to man-made glaciers, each episode takes a dive into the curious conversations that occur behind the scenes at National Geographic. Overheard is presented by Geico. Millions of ESPN sports fans count on Geico for reliable car insurance and low, low rates. Visit geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Happy Hour and Bob Cooney on a Tuesday night. Check out Beers with Bob. This and every Tuesday night at 6.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas go around the world of sports, bringing you updates and breaking news, plus all the betting lines you need. It's Beers with Bob on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Chrissy is refinancing her home, so she shopped around for the lowest rate and found it at Amerisave.com, setting her up for a lifetime of savings. It's one decision she'll never regret, unlike wearing tap shoes to a surprise party.
Sorry, guys. Just trying to find the perfect hiding place.
Pretty regrettable, Chrissy. Unlike finding that low mortgage rate at Amerisave.com that's got you on your way to a lifetime of savings. Amerisave's rates won't be this low forever, so go to Amerisave.com now. Lower mortgage rates mean higher savings. Call 866-514-SAVE or visit Amerisave.com/licensing for cost information, terms, and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all states except New York. NMLS number 1168.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to talk to an advisor today who's ready to help with all your small business needs. 877-ASK-DELL.
Dunkin' is bringing the X's and macchiatos this Valentine's with everything you need to celebrate with that someone special. Grab a set of matching pink velvet and mocha macchiatos plus a Cupid's Choice and brownie batter donut to complete the perfect way to celebrate Valentine's Day. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Hey, it's Mike Miss here. You know, Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports Reports powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, just go to pico.com/more savings.
It's finally here. The 55th big game is this weekend. It's a damn national holiday, in my opinion. And to celebrate football's finale, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in the big game. That's right. All it takes is for one touchdown to be scored Sunday night, and boom, your money is doubled. As if the game wasn't enough reason to party, with double the cash, you'll be celebrating until next season. And don't forget about DraftKings Big Game Prediction Challenge with up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs and instant prizes for everyone who enters the contest. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up using code FANATIC to get a shot at doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in Sunday's game. That's code FANATIC. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Gator don't play no shit.
The poll. Have you seen some of the responses to the not poll question?
I have not.
I said, we'll. And it says currently a producer driving in. Here, Pat, just look. A producer driving in this morning. It's Punxsutawney Phil steering Andrew Salchunas' car, even though Andrew's just walking over from across the street. I believe that those. So.
Yes, he is.
Oh, man. He's
the
unbelievable.
oldest 27-year-old.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, how about that mixture of beverages he brought last night?
He did. And then he gets called out for a violation by Missanelli.
Yeah.
Calls him out.
Oh, what was that? Did I miss that?
Say that he collected up all the free beverages at the
A lot of those were freebies from around here.
And he just collected them. And he was pulling them out of his briefcase like MacGyver. He had his knapsack, and he's going into his backpack, and then just one after another, they were coming out.
Yeah.
It was like Noah's Ark of beer, but there were no pairs. It was like single of this, single of that.
I'm not one to hate on somebody for bringing beer, but that was an odd bag.
IPA? Do you want an IPA? Wait a minute. What do we got here? Oh, look what I got here.
Look, he did a lot of weird things last night. I'll defend him on that because he brought a variety. He wasn't going to tie you into one particular beer. And and if it's free beer from here, it's for okay. Then that's for everybody who doesn't like free items.
He's a charming, likable guy.
He is. I could have done without the ground turkey.
Little odd.
I called him last night the strangest normal dude I know.
And he brought ground turkey into that room.
He had just heated it up.
Stunk.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
Heating it up.
Well, and he was begging people to eat it. Like if you just mentioned how you were a little bit hungry. Do you want my
ground turkey?
I got turkey in my pocket. Like
but
you
no
have to have turkey.
sour cream, no guac, no hot sauce, no tortilla.
What are you supposed to spoon it? Or were you supposed to spoon it out?
I guess.
Of his container?
And he eats it for breakfast too.
Okay, that's fine.
And here's the worst part.
Is
so
it?
he brings
It's protein. It's protein.
Yeah, ground turkey for breakfast.
Nothing wrong with
He
it.
brings it to the room and leaves it. And it stunk up
smelled.
the room.
Yes.
And he left.
Well, he went to do the call to his bride.
That's what he claimed. I think it was to bury more
Whose room
bodies.
were we in, by the way?
Yeah, there was in Bob's room where
who woke up the front to a shredded turkey this morning?
Well, and it smelled so bad that Bob tried to light the outlets on fire just to get another smell
There
going.
almost was an electrical issue.
So I actually had to pick up the Tupperware and put it outside in the hallway just to get rid of the smell.
The bag of ice was a tremendous idea of mine the other night because I, for somehow, had a room that did not have a fridge in it. It had some sort of a cooler.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the explanation for this one.
That's a weird one.
But really strange. But, so I was out of luck. But so I had a bag of ice with stuff trying to stay cold in there. But then, Bob, you're supposed to take them out when they start springing.
It wasn't No. So our refrigerator got quite full quickly. My refrigerator quite quickly yesterday with Jamie bringing all his stuff, and everybody had various things. I have some food in there, and so it got full. So Connor and I, out of the niceness of our hearts, went and we had to climb the steps to go up to a different floor. We got bags of ice, with the understanding that people would put their beers in there. And I even said at one point, let's keep them in the sink in the bathroom. But no one listened. And
throwing Connor on the
ice
bus.
melted.
So Connor
No, it's not Connor's fault. He and I got the ice. You just kept your ass on that bed all night, didn't you?
Yeah, it was great.
610-632-0975. I liked. I really enjoy though the getting to know my new coworkers and seeing you guys in your natural habitat. There was a lot of very, very fun people hanging out. It's the first time I've ever hung out with Ty and Nat. That was fun. Ty and Natalie came over.
It was nice of them to come by.
And seeing Ty walk in with a 6-ounce Chili's to go margarita was very charming because the last thing I'd picture Ty Johnson with is a 6-inch margarita, like in a plastic cup, like he got the kids' cup to leave the Chili's. That was very surprising to me. Now, Natalie, it looked totally normal for Natalie. That's you could see the young ladies out there doing that, drinking that. Ty, I was surprised by that. I couldn't say. He was quick though to move to a better adult beverage.
Well, when in Rome.
Yes, exactly.
I love a margarita.
He's adaptable. Oh yes.
Oh.
Have you had a Kincade yet?
No. I'm sorry, what?
You're gonna have a Kincade.
What is that?
We will have them. The show before Memorial Day weekend. We will have them in studio.
All right. Is there salt rims?
If you wished, I guess you can.
All right.
It's more of a bring to the pool in the South.
All right.
So it is you need 12 ounces of tequila. You need the little grenade of limeade, the frozen limeade, a Corona,
okay,
and a 7-Up.
Okay.
And then where's the salt?
You get a giant pitcher, and you put it all in, and you stir it all up, and you do not add ice to the pitcher. You pour it over ice. And it is a great way. The only thing is you can blow through these at the pool. If it's 90 degrees, 95 degrees, you can drink these like water.
Yeah.
And then you are absolutely messed up later. See, you got to have
sounds awesome.
Bob wouldn't be. Bob's immune.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a superpower.
I don't
like
drink
margaritas?
that stuff. No.
Really?
He's a man.
I'm not saying that. I just don't
He
like
was watching sports.
He eats ground turkey.
I'll just settle in with my beer.
You would not have the Kincade at that point.
I'll try it.
It's not called margarita.
It's really good.
If it's
very
named
light.
after you, I'll give it a try.
Well, that's because I bogarted the recipe from somebody along the way and made it.
What celebrity? Go ahead. You want to name
it? It was a bartender. It was a bartender, not a celebrity.
Tom Cruise when he was filming.
No, not Tom Cruise.
When he was filming Cocktail?
Not Tom Cruise. Hey, in the linchpin, did this sport finally get it right?
This is the linchpin.
Major League Baseball did something right yesterday, John.
They did. They hit a home run.
Yes, to use a baseball analogy, I would even consider it a grand slam.
There you go.
Rob Manfred yesterday hired. I don't think I've ever heard a bad word spoken about this guy. I think he's pretty much beloved by every baseball fan ever. He hired Ken Griffey Jr. to be his senior advisor to Major League Baseball.
I love that. I love it. Absolutely.
What a hire. Great hire. Even if it's, just a figure position, whatever. The optics of it are great. So it got me thinking, who would be that home run hire for the three other sports? Now, I came up with some names. I don't by any means think they're the best, but here's what I came up with. For the NFL, Roger Goodell to hire a senior advisor. How about Barry Sanders?
Not bad.
I've never heard Barry Sanders say an interesting thing in his life.
But I've never heard anybody dislike Barry Sanders.
I got you, but the thing is, I need an ambassador for the sport to be dynamic.
Okay.
Ken Griffey Jr., I need more dynamic quotient of it. I want something more like that. I mean, honestly, any one of the best guys I can think of, like NBA, the best guys I can think of in the NBA are the guys that do it on the NBA on TNT.
Yeah, I think Charles
they're the best
be.
ambassadors. Charles to me, Shaq, they're fun, they goof around. But Charles to me is a great ambassador for the game.
I had an outside the box NBA one.
Who's that?
Gary Payton.
The glove?
The glove. For some reason, I think he's a awesome personality. He's kind of gone away and like.
Was he an interesting interview?
I don't.
MJ said he was the best smack talker he ever played against.
Is that right? I don't remember anything sticking out about Peyton in my.
Kind of forgotten about,
travels.
just disappeared into the shadows. I think he's hilarious.
Shaq told us on the podcast that unless you've seen Rick Fox naked, you haven't truly lived. So maybe Rick Fox. Maybe Rick Fox could be the guy for the NBA.
Yeah, I'll go one with NHL. He's very popular, and he wasn't that good of a player, which tells you how popular he is.
Who's that?
Paul Bissonnette.
Really?
And it's his personality. So a lot of the best players in hockey are boring as hell.
Yeah.
It's like they traded off their personality for amazing hockey talent. And then for a guy like Bissonnette to stay in the league, like he had to be a locker room guy, and his personality is great. I mean, he's got a hit podcast, Spittin' Chicklets, and he's gotten more eyes. He's more popular than a lot of the NHL players now, even though he was a fourth-line player, which speaks to his personality.
Okay. I don't think, though, you can have ambassadors of your sport that people have to go Google. For a lot of people have to go Google.
Never heard of him.
I wrote down Mark Messier.
A guy who is not a guy who is not a hockey fan, or a woman who is not a hockey fan, would have to Google him. And I don't think your ambassador can have that. They have to have star quality to him.
Yeah.
Now, and he does great work as an ambassador for the sport. He's incredible.
Yeah, I think my issue with hockey, though, is other than the big names,
yes,
I don't think you're going to get a lot of personality in there. The big names that the casual fan will recognize.
Like Gretzky doesn't have a lot of
What about
personality.
mine, Messier?
I love Messier.
I like Messier a lot.
I think he's got a decent personality.
How are you going to get him off a golf course in South Carolina?
You got to pay him.
I mean, you got
to pay.
You got to get him off the golf course.
Yeah.
Who was our NFL?
I came up with Barry Sanders. I'm curious what you guys had. There's a lot of good answers.
There are good. I believe it would be
Peyton Manning would be a good
Manning,
one.
number
Peyton
one
would
for
be,
me.
yeah.
Joe Montana.
No, he's the most
Not a person.
worst interview.
That doesn't mean he doesn't have a
How about this?
personality.
Yes, he does. It's that exactly means that. He is the worst. He is the
disagree.
worst interview I've ever.
I don't think that
conducted in
means he has a
football.
bad personality. I really don't. There's a lot of guys off when I'm not talking to them. They can be totally different when I'm interviewing them than what they really are. Yeah, honest to God. Like they clam up, they get nervous, whatever it may be. But might be some of the funniest guys in the locker room weren't the greatest interviews.
Like when we they had, on Radio Row where they bring people around and
yeah,
they have to promote. I asked Howie Long about aren't you young to be wearing orthopedic shoes? Because that's what he was promoting before he did the interview. He didn't really handle
Appreciate
it.
it? No.
He's like, orthopedic shoes? What the are you talking about? Orthopedic shoes. I'm like, they're sort of like grandpa shoes.
Wow.
Like the thing. And Joe Montana
John
was wearing
fighting the Hall of Fame defensive end.
By the way, fantastic interview. Ambassador Terry Bradshaw.
He's entertaining.
He's entertaining as hell. Fantastic ambassador for the sport.
Good. Couldn't get
That's
out
a strong opinion.
quicker than
Really?
Yeah, I'm out on Terry
Why?
Bradshaw. I just never really liked him.
He's real though.
Okay, but like
he gave us Bissonnette.
But yeah, okay, I get.
He gave us Bissonnette.
Yeah, but when I say a player's real, a couple days ago, you didn't like it.
Who?
Oh, we were having an argument about something, and I remember.
Well, I usually don't like your arguments. That's okay.
Yeah,
so
no,
I mean, let's bring it up. They do run
a lot
into
of usually
each other.
based in
A lot of
illogical
people
thoughts.
don't run into each other.
Yeah, we were talking about it was Malcolm Jenkins. When I said Malcolm Jenkins is real, it was like, oh my God.
No, I'm saying is Malcolm Jenkins may be real, and he may be spitting 100% truth. But the person who tells you, I want to be here, I want to be here, I want to be here, who leaves for more money, who then decides to talk bad about all the stuff that he didn't like about what was going on in the organization, then why'd you want to be here?
Yeah, no, see, that's the thing.
And why didn't you fix it when you were there?
I look at it like you're picking Terry Bradshaw because you like him and he's real.
I find
but when
him
I
as
pick
an
my guy because he's real.
Because he's an ambassador for the sport. He's a charming, funny, glib. He sells the sport.
I don't find him funny at all.
Griffey Jr., man.
Perfect hire.
He was a joyous player.
Do you think anybody doesn't like him?
No, not in baseball circles.
I don't think it's possible not to like the kid.
No,
when he,
I don't think so either.
There were people who had issue with him and then Tony Romo about wearing their hats backwards.
So stupid.
Well, people yell at clouds, John.
Your boy Cowherd was ripping Carson Wentz for doing it this year.
Yeah,
that was an all-time awful take.
My dad just texted in Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Oh, that would be a really good one.
That's really good.
Plays his music really, really loud when he's in the shower.
Oh, well,
Having
no.
had the hotel room next to him, he plays his music, like blares it when you're in the shower. You don't do that.
What's wrong
Not
with
in a
that?
hotel.
Not in a
that
hotel.
loud.
Not in a hotel where the person next to you can literally hear the entire thing. Like enough that the room has a little bit of a beat to it. Come on, Larry.
That'd be a good hire, though.
Hey, the Parks Casino Sportsbook app brings you this edition of the Linchpin. Download at parkscasino.com/PA. Use promo code Fanatic. You're going to get great, great deals. And boy, do I enjoy hitting up my Parks Casino Sportsbook app. And I had my loss last night. And I did. The Hawks +7 just looks so tantalizing.
That's your first loss, isn't
and
it?
they lose by 8.
Yeah.
First loss. Now, I was just betting the home teams. So over and over again, and the home teams have been playing well.
Yeah.
So that was the only real.
I thought I put in.
There was real strategy to it, Bob. Let's be honest.
I thought I had a can't miss 17 parlay that somehow missed on leg 1 of the 7.
By the way, you doing that? Are you
Yeah.
doing that like every night? Is that just for the fun of it? You'll do like the 17?
Yeah, it's fun to take a long
It is
shot
fun.
parlay.
Yeah, that
a
is
little
fun.
$5 long shot.
That is fun. I like that idea. How about some great news for Eagles fans? You want to be uplifted today? Great news from Eagles fans. From the Monday morning quarterback yesterday, there is another bumper crop of wide receivers this year coming in the draft. At the Senior Bowl, it was considered the absolute number one standout depth prospect position at the Senior Bowl. Jamar Chase leaving everybody with their jaws dropping, and I know Jamie loves him. Jalen Waddle, Rashad Bateman, Rondale Moore they were all absent. Okay, so these are all absent guys. But there were other receivers that were totally getting people to think. How about Dwayne Eskridge from Western Michigan? I had no idea. About this guy.
I can talk myself into him.
Then I go down the rabbit hole today on YouTube.
All right.
Dwayne Eskridge from Western Michigan. It says one executive says that Eskridge won every one-on-one matchup last week. Little small, lightning short area quickness, sticky hands, and always finding a way to be open. Everyone fell in love with him. Amari Rogers out of Clemson. He's a guy I already knew. Burst, savvy, play strength, and a guy who is being compared to Sterling Shepard. I don't know that that's the greatest, I mean.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney out of Florida. He had a great year. He was a guy with a bad rep down south. Bad rep. But last year he really turned that around, and he's another one. Tylan Wallace from Oklahoma State. And so there is the number one deepest prospect position at the Senior Bowl was wide receiver.
So this makes me ask Jamie this question. If the Eagles get word of this...
No, don't even toy with me.
Do you not draft a wide receiver at number 6 because there's so many of them to be had?
Because there are so many. The depth. They're talking depth into the middle of the third round, which means the Eagles would easily have 3 bites at the apple.
No. They can't do this because...
They can do it in the first round, can't they?
They could, but they shouldn't. They're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna anger me, and I think Parsons and Surtain and some of these guys are all can't miss players, and I get that. You need a blue blood wide receiver. You need it. Jamar Chase is as can't miss as a wide receiver can be. Devontae Smith, I think, is a little more can miss. But
do you think Jamar Chase so far ahead of Devontae Smith?
In my book, he is.
Because I have him ahead of him too.
Yeah,
but I don't have him ahead of him where it's like I'd cry if I got either one.
I just like his body type more for the NFL.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to for me. But you need that as close to a can't miss guy. If you start going, well, I can get Dwayne Eskridge in the 3rd round, that's a risk.
Okay, what if I told you right now that they address the line of scrimmage, either line of scrimmage in the first...
I think they're fine there.
Or they trade back in the first round, pick up additional pick, like an additional 2nd-round pick, and they get a 1st-round pick, 2 2nd-round picks, and they address it with a
Jalen Waddle at 13 or 14, something like that. I could see why they would do that.
Picks.
But I think the difference between Smith and Chase to Waddle is a large gap. To me, it's almost not worth. Jamar Chase,
I love him.
Would change this franchise's trajectory immediately. Immediately. I think he's that good.
I'm doing the math last night as we contemplate this topic. So I'm trying to do the math right before going to bed, which was stupid. And I start going down that rabbit hole. I honestly don't see any way that Jamar Chase is not available.
I don't either.
I think Devontae Smith is going to be the guy that's going to go first. And honestly, I have no idea why, because I think Jamar Chase is the better player.
So do I, but Tua and Devontae having a relationship
could work
I
in their
think,
favor.
Yeah, it could work out for Miami that way.
I see it being a question of that you can just literally fall in love with this guy and he could be a part of the Eagles. And then there's nobody standing in their way. A lot of people are predicting 4 quarterbacks off the board before they pick. It's
crazy.
That's beautiful.
Well, yes, for the Eagles, it's beautiful. But it's crazy.
If 4 quarterbacks go in the first 5 picks, we're in the happiest place on earth.
Oh, that would be amazing.
The first mock that I just called up has 3 quarterbacks going before the Eagles, and the Eagles taking Jamar Chase.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, baby.
He is, for those of you who haven't watched a lot of SEC football, I can only tell you, I believe, like Jamie is sort of saying there, I think Jamar Chase is the specimen,
yes,
the football IQ, everything about being successful in this league.
He was the guy that made Justin Jefferson look like a number 2 receiver.
No questions asked. No questions asked. And by the way, Justin Jefferson, a lot of his stats were accumulated because of the fact that Chase was on the field.
Yep.
There's the idea of it, I got to tell you, gets me very excited.
Oh,
very excited.
I've locked in. Like, I'm set. If they do anything else, I'm going to be pissed.
I almost can see Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase being on the board and then not taking either one of them.
No!
Because I would love to see Jamie's reaction.
No, we don't want to see
this thing. I don't want to see Jamie hurt.
Oh,
thanks, man.
I know. I also know that it would hurt me. I do wonder, though, if there's one of those quarterbacks still available at 6, do they trade back?
Bob, I got to ask. You brought it up in the pre-show. Snow or beach? Snow or beach? Do you want snow or sand?
All right.
I think this question seems so obvious.
Well, as a kid, and see, this is why I broke it up. As a kid, did you like the snow better or the beach better?
Always the beach. Always the beach.
I don't know.
Really?
I love the beach. I'm a beach head, and my answer as an adult is the beach. But as a kid, like the sledding, the snowball fights, we used to play like war in the woods. You know, ice skating on the canal where I grew up. Like, it was a lot of damn fun.
It's not even a hesitation. When I was a kid, I didn't go down the shore. My parents didn't take us anywhere. They didn't drive.
Right.
Neither one of my parents. We didn't go down the shore. So to me, it was unconditionally. When it snowed, it was the best. And you're right, Jamie. The games that we made up with the snow was, and there was nothing more fun than when there was ice built and you put on your skates and went out and started skating a little bit.
This shouldn't even be a contest because you don't get off school for sand. You get off school for snow.
Wow. I'm going to tell you this, is that there's never been a happier place for me than going down to the Jersey Shore as a kid.
Yeah.
Going to the beach now in Florida. To me, there's nothing that's ever touched. Going to water.
I would choose the beach, but it's a tough one because I put myself back to my neighbors, the Carnies, used to put an ice skating rink in their side yard like Chuck, our boss, does.
Really?
And we would play pickup hockey games.
Yeah,
and,
of course you did.
It was just I couldn't skate for bleed.
He would have the Flyers actually come out and skate with him.
Oh man!
Up until 18, it was snow. After 18, it's beach. That's how I break down my life.
The beer's better on the beach.
Yes.
Even in college, I was snow because we would get off for snow.
Pretty good in the hotel room.
There you go. There you go. Just there's nothing to me. There is the absolute happy places. If I can hear the waves breaking on a beach, it is my favorite sound in the world. Kids playing, and that.
Yeah.
I love the sound of kids that play. I love hearing kids playing street football, playing out in the playground. I love that the happiness, the joy of kids playing is a great sound too. So we got lots going on for you. We got an hour to go, and I'm throwing a gauntlet down to the members of this show. We're going to have a little competition on Super Bowl Sunday. Hopefully everybody's in, and if they're not, we'll make them get in. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. The connectivity that I need every day with my family in the South and me in the North is partially the role of T-Mobile. I'm counting on T-Mobile every day to keep me connected. If there's some reason that there is an emergency or something that has to be done, then I would say that the T-Mobile device is going to get me there. It's going to make me immediately be able to talk to my family, be able to FaceTime. I need to have connectivity wherever I'm at in case of emergencies. And the T-Mobile network is absolutely the best. If you're wondering about it, when T-Mobile and Sprint merged, game over. it was game over for everybody. But I don't know what you use your phone for, and a lot of you use your phone to conduct business on a daily basis, especially during these times. You need to have a reliable network, and by the way, you need great rates too, right? Your service has to be fantastic. Well, T-Mobile's got all those things for you. Got price plans for every single price point. And I can tell you the customer service, second to none. I would suggest to you that you become a T-Mobile customer. They got the best network, they got more towers, more engineers, and more coverage. So what I'd like you to do is visit T-Mobile.com to learn more today. Go to T-Mobile.com and learn more today. I know that with my T-Mobile phone, I'm always within reach. And you know what? Every time when I get that bill, too, it ain't bad either. I feel a lot better about it. Visit T-Mobile. Coverage not available in some areas.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The 55th big game is this weekend, and to celebrate football's finale, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in the big game. I'm Adam Schefter, and all it takes is for one touchdown to be scored Sunday night, and boom, your money's doubled. As if this game wasn't enough reason to party, with double the cash, you'll be celebrating till next season. And don't forget about DraftKings Big Game Prediction Challenge with up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs and instant prizes for everyone who enters the contest. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up using code FANATIC to get a shot at doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in Sunday's game. That's code FANATIC, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Pennsylvania only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino, see DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all break them. That's why your small business needs more than resolutions. It needs solutions. And you can get them with Comcast Business. Whether you want to work more efficiently with fast, reliable internet and advanced Wi-Fi, make your business safer with powerful cybersecurity solutions, or stay productive with 24/7 support, we've got the solutions you need for your business to get there. So make this year's resolution better solutions. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get a powerful and reliable internet solution from Comcast Business starting at $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. Plus, get free installation when you order online. And for a limited time, ask how to upgrade to get a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Prepaid card offer ends 2/7/21. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business Internet and One Voice Mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation, taxes, and fees extra. Subject to change.
Want to be a fly on the wall at Nat Geo's headquarters? Well, with the Overheard podcast, you can. From smuggled dinosaur bones to man-made glaciers, each episode takes a dive into the curious conversations that occur behind the scenes at National Geographic. Overheard is presented by Geico. Millions of ESPN sports fans count on Geico for reliable car insurance and low, low rates. Visit geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hindsight is 20/20, and 2020 was a brutal year that for most of it felt out of control. But you know how you can be in control? You can be in control of your job, your career. Yes. In 2020, my computer career helped more people start IT careers than ever. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Take control. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
When scouting talent, teams use all the tools at their disposal to determine the best fit for their rosters. LinkedIn Jobs works that way for your business. Post a job with targeted screening questions, and LinkedIn will quickly get your role in front of qualified candidates. Manage job posts and contact candidates from a single view as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. And now you can post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
DSC. There are so many razors out there. How do you choose which one's right for you? Well, at Dollar Shave Club, we got you. With a 6-blade cartridge for daily shavers with short hair and a 4-blade cartridge for less frequent shavers with longer hair. Still confused? Well, we put both blades in one new starter box, so you can test drive both. Check out dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, dollarshaveclub.com/ESPN, and visit DSC at your nearest store. You've got questions, we got answers. Welcome to the club.
Now at a store near you.
The number one question on every guy's mind this Valentine's Day is, what's the gift that's going to wow? So 1-800-Flowers is here with a helpful hint. Go with roses. Right now, 1-800-Flowers is offering the 18-stem Enchanted Rose Medley for just $39.99. Or double it to 36 roses for $20 more. To order, go to 1-800-Flowers.com, click the radio icon, and enter code KJZ. Again, go to 1-800-Flowers.com and enter code KJZ. That's 1-800-Flowers.com, code KJZ.
This week at Macy's, get 20 to 65% off great Valentine's Day gifts they're sure to love. Give them something amazing from the Effie Diamond and Gemstone collections, now 60 to 65% off. All sterling silver jewelry, 65% off. And more dazzling fine jewelry, 45 to 55%, plus an extra 20% off. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
For the big game, there's one thing everyone can agree on. Fresh, soft pretzels. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com now and order your pretzel tray. You can't forget the pretzels, and there's bound to be a Philly Pretzel Factory near you. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com to find your location. Score the extra point with your choice of dips, from cheese to chocolate to super hot mustard. You and your pretzel tray will be the real MVP of the game. Philly Pretzel Factory, where better gets made.
Here's what I need you to do, everybody. You need to celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team and get 55-1 odds. When Tampa plays Kansas City on Sunday, that's right, you can bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game this Sunday. We talked about it already. We talked about it last night in the hotel room. Who do you like, the greatest of all time in Tom Brady or the best guy playing right now in Patrick Mahomes? And most of us, except maybe Egan, are leaning towards Patrick Mahomes. You know, I've been betting on football all season long, and I just love it. It's not just the odds on the games. Pick a player. Pick a receiver. They'll have over-under odds on him. Touchdowns, whatever you might want. You can do anything you want with FanDuel, and the app is so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials. My favorite feature, the same-game parlays, where you can get massive payouts. There's no better time than now. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Bob to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on designated Boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Bob's spinning his mask over there. 9 o'clock hour is upon us here on the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Brought to you by the Bagster. Dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. Anthony's been singing their praises forever. For details, go to Bagster.com and get yourself a Bagster. Is that a nervous
I
thing?
feel like I always have to keep myself occupied with something.
You dribble?
I'm a little fidgety.
Fake dribbling.
Did you learn that about me? I
thought you were very sedate yesterday. As we were all huddled up.
But he went to the trivia to stay active.
Yes.
It wasn't a physical activity.
By the way, Bob as a game show host is very funny too when you give an answer and you think you're right and he goes, "Yes, wrong. That's wrong."
Yes, you're right.
No. It's this. It's when you say, "It's not Herschel Walker, is it?" Right. It's not Herschel Walker.
It's good. Bob would be
fun.
like, Bob could do the weakest link. He can host the weakest link.
See, I observe. I like to observe. I sit back and I observe everybody, make sure everybody's, because it was my room, so I was kind of hosting. Although we were spilled out all over because of social distancing.
Thankfully.
And I saw it coming to a lull a little bit, so I had to break out the
sports trivia.
Yeah.
So I went to the sports trivia, which was good. So
yeah.
Got to love that. As we start the 9 o'clock hour, I'm going to issue a challenge for all the members of the John Kincade Show team. Everyone with a sports wagering app. So if Coach wants to get in on this, he's going to have to choose the sports wagering app of his choice to get in on it. It's a $100 challenge for Super Bowl 55. Now, hopefully $100 isn't too rich, but I know if Egan can go around buying everybody lunch at Qdoba, we absolutely can handle this one. Here's what I'm presenting. We all start Super Bowl 55 with the same $100 to risk. You can place up to 4 bets, but you don't have to place 4 bets. A 3-way parlay is considered 1 bet. A teaser is considered 1 bet. You can place up to 4 bets. You can place 1 bet. You can place 3, whatever you choose. Okay? We place these bets on each of our sports betting apps, and these will be published on the show Friday morning. We will publish our wagers that we're doing on our betting apps on Friday before the end of the show. We don't want to discuss our bets before we discuss them on the air Friday. We'll do that at 8 a.m. on Friday morning. The winner, whoever profits the most, turns their 100 and turns the most profit on their 100 is not only going to be the winner, they get everybody else's profit over their initial investment. So if Bob profits 20 and I profit 30 and Jamie profits 40 and Egan profits 50, he gets Jamie's 40.
Our 90.
He gets your 30 and my 20. So everybody gets their original money back. So it's not, but the profits will all go to the victorious member of the team.
I got a feeling that there's going to be a couple losers.
What do you mean losers?
There's going to be a couple people that there is no profit.
Well, guess what? There's no profit. Then do we have to put in a provision there that if there's a no profit,
you lose your 100.
Then somebody has to lose, like somebody has to throw 20 into the kitty to the winner or something. If you go,
you just lose your dignity.
Well, the dignity will be lost. I love this idea. And if we have to, we can donate the winnings to a charity, whatever. I'm fine with that.
Bob Cooney's your charity.
Bob Cooney's your charity. In fact, I would be willing to write a little check.
The Skylar Needs to Eat charity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm saying is the $100 challenge, and how many people would play along with us on social media, as far as not to be involved in the payout from us, but would show. You always hear from people after the fact. I had that one. I bet this one.
Oh, Andrew,
So
it's my biggest problem with Andrew Salchunas.
What is?
He'll give out 10 bets, and then he'll come in pounding his chest. Oh, yeah, I hit so-and-so last night for a couple $100, and you're like...
Why does he sound like Spicoli?
You didn't give that out. Oh, I can do a better Spicoli than that.
That sounds like Spicoli.
Yeah, it's my big problem with him.
I don't understand. The idea is that there's these are going to be published. So we will publish our wagers by then. And does someone take the big risk to go with the 3-team parlay to try to hit the big home run that puts it out of reach? Do you try to win 4 makeable bets?
It's
just to come out. There's a strategy.
There's strategy here. That's right.
And we will publish them on Friday after our picks are made public. We will publish them.
I was already game planning last night. Looking at some odds on some certain things.
Yeah, and I'm wondering.
You guys are in trouble.
Yeah, I'm wondering too, because do you your wager must be from your sports betting app. Now, we are doing none of the fun stuff. None of the wagers on how long is the national anthem, anything like that. It must be football game related.
I got a feeling that Coach is going to win this.
Really?
Because it'll be the first time he ever does it.
So you think Coach wins?
I think Coach wins, yeah, because we're all invested in it. Like last night, there was no game going on, and you've got pretty much everybody in the room looking at your phone, seeing what you can bet on.
Well, I mean, I think that Coach is very much going to enjoy the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. I think it's going to be great for him, and he can get
He's
that
a FanDuel guy.
He can get that risk-free bet up to $500.
Well, I'll be helping him sign up, so he'll be a bet
using promo code Fanatic.
I've never done this before.
You've never done this, but you are.
Zero.
But Coach, if you sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook, then you can enter the Daily Fantasy Challenge for the big game on Sunday. Use promo code Fanatic.
See,
you can bet $5 and win $275 on FanDuel for this Sunday's game.
But DraftKings is America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Yeah,
but the app is so easy to use.
BetMGM has Jamie Foxx and me,
and the Bellagio fountains, which
That's
is
true.
very good. So, everybody in?
Yeah,
everybody
I think
in.
it's a great idea.
Everybody's in.
I love it.
And the strategy that is. I'm more interested in seeing the strategy that everybody will unveil.
I've already got one locked in.
I think I have 2 locked in.
Okay.
That I like. So we will see. Most profit wins, and we will invite you on a thread. We will post ours, and then on the thread, we want you to post yours. And we will see if any of our listeners are much smarter than us. My guess, spoiler alert, they are. I'm just going to go spoiler alert that they're smarter than us. That we will have some listeners who are much better.
Yes.
Don't you love that, though, the guy that always comes in and never has a losing week.
Yeah.
There was a guy in my travels who every time on the road when he went to a casino never lost.
BS.
You know what I mean?
BS.com.
You know what I mean? Like never lost.
Now, when we talk about our first Vegas trip, I will unveil to you my winning strategy of my envelope method, which now listeners have for years learned about, and I've had many that follow it, and they say it really works.
I think I have a guess as to what it is.
I will explain it to you. The one thing I will tell you is if you use my envelope method, you're never going to break the bank, but you're never going to be broken if you follow the method. You're going to get on. I don't know how many times I've been at McCarran waiting to fly home after 3 or 4 nights in Vegas. And I will go into my envelopes and say, okay, I came out 100 ahead. I came out 50 down. I came out 150 ahead. But it's always never the big loss. Never get wiped out. Anything like that. So we will have some of that. We'll see how the people take the challenge coming up this week. And by the way, it will be the Eagles and the Raiders.
That's going to be fun.
What month do we want it to be in?
October.
Yeah, we don't pick the schedule, Bob.
What
the
about
NFL
November?
picks the schedule.
October, November?
I want a little chill in the air here.
Okay, so
we
November.
can escape to the
so
November
to go to the desert.
I'm not opposed to December as long as it's early in the month.
Hey, every time I go to Vegas, it was in August, man. So I don't
gosh,
care.
you were there for a summer league.
Yeah, the average was like 110 every day.
You guys want to get some Circus Olay tickets or
no?
Maybe some Chris Angel?
No.
Grab a big bag of mushrooms. Go to Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, you get
room,
it.
Trip balls.
Room, pool, blackjack table, sports book.
Okay, room,
pool,
pawn shop,
sports book table, blackjack.
Where does Pawn Stars fit in?
That's it. No, pawn. You've made that trip before, haven't you?
Yeah, I actually made it in 2001, the summer of 2001.
You mean it's been that long since you've been in that?
Yeah, I got
really?
and I ironically
have
got
you ever
into
done
it.
that? You guys ever done that? Gone to the Pawn Stars store?
No, I'm good.
Oh no,
you're good for that. You wouldn't enjoy that?
No,
I've never been to the store.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
no, I've been to Vegas. I've never been to the store.
Oh, I thought you'd been to the store.
No, I
They
have no
have
interest in that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you liked the show or something
God,
like
no,
that.
but one of my kids watch that a lot.
They have a McDonald's right near it that has been a converted McDonald's now as a marijuana dispensary. It's the old McDonald's, not had a farm, and it's the old McDonald's.
Gives Quarter Pounder a whole new meaning, huh?
And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, we're driving by in the cab, heading down to the D, and I'm looking by and I'm going, wait a minute. The McDonald's has been turned into a dispensary.
Please tell me they kept the M, the golden arches, but switched it to green.
No, they took it down and they painted it this weird color, but you could tell it's a McDonald's.
Yeah.
And plus, if you knew the area, you know it's a McDonald's. It's down near
It's
the...
like when you see an old Wawa around in the area,
Yeah,
you're like, well, that's a
exactly.
Wawa.
It's the Elvis Chapel.
Jimmy, it's a pantry
It's
one.
down near the Elvis Chapel, where I got remarried at my 10-year anniversary.
Nice.
Great. Elvis remarrying is... Come on, Bob.
Yeah, that
You
would
could do
excite
that,
me
right?
a lot.
You could do
Yeah,
that, right?
I would
Can't do
lose
it?
sleep.
In Cooney's Corner, Cooney's calling for an intervention.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
So welcome home, John Kincade.
Yes?
What the hell is your problem?
What do you mean, what's my problem? By the way,
I don't know
Are we listing them?
Well,
Are we
this is
listing them?
take one.
Exactly. We could do this segment.
You have coined a phrase that you have to use too often.
Okay.
And it is, oh no, I don't hate such and such. I don't hate such and such.
I don't hate anybody.
Your disdain for Carter Hart, quite frankly, has left the three of us quite angry. You don't like the kid.
There would have to be something personal to use the term disdain.
No,
and that
we're
is
only
completely
talking
untrue.
sports. We're not talking as a person. We're talking sports.
Okay.
You do not like this goaltender. You do not think he is the future of the Philadelphia Flyers. We have sat through goalie after goalie after goalie in this town waiting for the likes of Carter Hart, and you come with your big Atlanta shovel and throw water on it.
I completely, your premise is false. There's no way that I want to...
Guys, does he hate?
I want to see success before I anoint. And by the way, this isn't a Carter Hart issue. This goes to every young athlete. I don't want to just anoint people. Like Scott Kingery, who was anointed before he did a damn thing. I need to see more. And when I see large gaps of sort of either looking complacent or looking maybe too tightly wound and not productive, it gives me concern.
What does a season of a less than 2.5 goals against average tell you, though?
That is a fantastic season. Can I have 3 of them before I anoint somebody?
So what's...
Because I've seen people do it before.
What's your parameter? 3 years?
Yes. And guess what? I believe Carter Hart is the best prospect at goaltender that this franchise has had in a long time.
Yes.
Prospect.
All right, I thought you were going to say but. I was going to say no buts.
Prospect.
Yes,
That's
he
why
is
I use
in the
term.
infancy stage of his career.
Correct. So I don't anoint infants.
Okay.
I don't go into the.
I'll tell Skylar that. That's
I don't
rude.
go into the babies.
Yeah.
The
Why are
baby
you so mean,
ward.
John?
Why do you hate babies?
I don't go to Bryn Mawr Hospital and look at the babies and say, that kid's going to be a star quarterback. That kid's going to be she's going to be a Broadway star. No. You're anointing people before they accomplish something. And by the way, that is an epidemic in this town.
What is the anointing that, and I'm being honest, that you've heard about him?
Oh, I've heard he's the second coming of the Christ child. He is the best goalie in the game. We finally got the goalie. We finally got.
Well, go ahead and say that one. That's right.
This is the goalie. This is the goalie who's going to break the streak and get him a Stanley Cup. I have read that from beat writers. I have read that from columnists. I have heard sports talk radio hosts say it. So, anointing. I have a problem with anointing before accomplishment. Before accomplishment. There's great potential. He's got the best potential this organization has seen
in a goaltender
in 30 years.
Yes.
Since Ron Hextall.
Right.
So then you understand people's excitement.
I understand the excitement. I have no problem with the excitement.
But his play backs it too. I hear you on the anointing that this guy's going to win you a Stanley Cup. I don't.
And by
I
the
look
way,
out for that. And
I can
don't
point to
see
you where
that.
we've had people write that.
Okay.
We've had people write that. We've been waiting for this guy forever.
Well, we have.
He's here.
I don't disagree with that.
It's fun to watch when it's going well. But
you will not be disappointed, is my prediction.
I hope so.
Yes.
So I've had it before.
I should say.
I've had it before where I defend an athlete so much that I think is an okay athlete, but I defend him so much that I become such a big fan of him because I'm defending him.
Okay.
And I think the opposite can happen, where you hear so much praise on a guy that you don't mean to, but you end up kind of becoming a hater. And whether you like it or not, you come off as a Carter Hart hater.
It's not. It's not at all. In fact, I'm so excited to watch him play. I'm excited to watch him play. But what I want is, before all the anointers tell me how great he is, let me see it sustained. And I'm not talking about 1 year. We've seen guys have good 1 years before.
But if he throws up a dud in their next game, you're going to come in here and say, here we go again, the anointed one. And
I'm just going to say, okay, when am I going to see what you guys see? That's
saw
what
it
I'm gonna
last
say.
season.
I did. But you know what though? You can't make long-term decisions based on short-term visuals.
Yeah.
I need 3 great years. Guess what? I said the same thing about Joel Embiid. I wanted Joel Embiid to take that next step that I knew he could take, and he's taken it.
See, that's what,
and I couldn't shake more pom-poms for Joel Embiid because he's taken his game to another level.
Yeah, that's where me and you differ, I guess, because when a guy comes in with hype, and in his first or second year they live up to the hype, then I'm a believer, because the fact that he came in with it and he backed it up. If it's Travis Fulgham who comes in and he has a couple good games,
right.
then I want to see a sustained success. But with Joel Embiid, 3rd overall pick, okay, he looks the part.
Oh, he does.
Carter Hart, anointed one, whatever you want to call it, he fit the part last year. That's why I'm not worried about him this season.
You know he's the anointed one, though.
Oh, and for good reason.
He better be.
He's the best goalie in junior hockey.
That's the answer. That is the answer. Jamie just gave it. He better be.
Yeah.
Because of all the hype and all the chatter.
But he earned
better
the hype.
be in juniors, yes. And do you know how many players? Pat Falloon.
I'm aware.
Go Google Pat Falloon.
I'm aware of Pat Falloon.
Go
I'm aware
Google,
of Alexander Day.
Alexander Day.
I get that.
Go Google all
He
the
backed
guys
it up.
that dominated juniors.
They didn't back it up.
And guess what they did in windows of time? They did. In short windows of time, they did.
And
they gave people
for a
belief.
full season.
They gave people belief. That's all I'm saying.
Damn,
I
Pat
understand your
Falloon's
thought,
last
though.
2 years, 124 points, 138 points.
Yep. Finally gave a glimpse.
Never eclipsed 59 as a rookie was his career high points.
Hey, locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Pets Plus Natural. Their number one priority is to help your pets live happier, healthier, and longer lives. You get curbside pickup if you wish. Local home delivery is also available. Go to petsplusnatural.com.
I was tuned into those Spokane Chief games.
You're a WHL man.
Minor league hockey. There's nothing like it. Let me just tell you, there is such a disparity. And the problem with anything in minor league hockey, that's why junior hockey is a much more viable way to evaluate. Minor league hockey is so haphazard because you've got like 4 guys that are on this level. And, I'm good for radio here. I'm putting my hand high up in the air. And then you've got 15 guys that are at this level.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, oh my gosh, that guy was like 6 points a game. He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because the disparity of talent is more than in any other minor league sport that I've ever seen.
And
I don't know about D-League.
It was so greatly depicted in Youngblood, too. I agree with you.
The Oscar-winning movie, Youngblood.
Oh, my gosh.
Great
Absolutely.
movie.
The G-League,
If you're not convinced, Rob Lowe is the premier hockey player.
I do. I'm amazed that I think Rob Lowe has that. He's doing what Tom Brady does. Because Rob Lowe is what, 59?
He's
58, 59? Looks
something
fantastic.
like that. Yes, he
Looks
does.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Looks Tom Brady-esque. Super Bowl, we have our Super Prop Bets Challenge. That's available for you at 97.5thefanatic.com. You get to enter this contest for free. You can win $500. You're wagering on things, you're making predictions on things that are going to happen during the game and things that are going to happen with the 97.5 The Fanatic family during the game that are totally haphazard and different. And the winner with the most answers correct is going to win the Super Prop Bets Challenge, win that $500. And Jamie Lynch, how is everyone going to do this free entry, by the way? Thanks to whom?
Our friends at PropSwap.com. It's America's marketplace to buy and sell sports wagers, and you'll find the best odds in the country.
Interesting. The Albert Einstein quote of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Do our fan bases do that here? Do our fan bases do that in this town? Because I believe that. I think they get suckered in.
Oh, 1,000%. Markelle Fultz. Oh, jump shot's fixed. Jump shot's fixed, guys. Don't worry. Markelle Fultz. He's this is the year.
Insanity.
Well, the repeating.
Sure.
With that, I need to see. I need to see much more empirical evidence. I need to see. I need to see 3 years before I'm going to say, okay, this guy's he's fantastic. I just need more data.
Yeah. No.
Some people just want to do the joyous ride the roller coaster thing, where this kid's great, he's terrible. This kid's great, he's terrible. I don't like the roller coaster. I don't like the roller coaster of sports at all. At all.
You just want continued success for years and years.
Or I want to know when I come out with my hot take, that I have done it with a measured, reasonable response. It's too X's and O's. It's too scientific.
Yeah. This is a very emotional town. Our hearts are worn on our sleeves. So I think the roller coaster effect is probably more amplified here than it is elsewhere.
I think it is.
Because we're nuts.
Oh, it's good, though. And it is nuts.
But I think part of it is we want to believe so badly. So, like, yes. I use the example of Markelle Fultz, but you want to believe that jump shot is fixed. You want to believe that Carter Hart is the anointed one. And you kind of get fooled and you give a guy excuses a lot of times.
What's weird is, for a second, is that I tend to believe this town's more closely to go to the negative first than the positive.
Depends on the player. I
think overall, the more illicit response in this town tends to be negative reinforcement. I don't understand it.
I think this city will go negative without evidence first, as opposed to going positive without evidence first. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, you'll lean towards not being wrong if I can go negative, but heaping praise without evidence. No, I don't. I think it's.
I disagree with that. I think a lot of times we will buy into hype before it's proven, if you will. And then even after sometimes they prove that they're legit, then we start to nitpick and then we start to turn. Like, prime example, Ryan Howard. How many people were following Ryan Howard in the minor leagues? But then all of a sudden he starts smashing home run records. He comes up, he proves it. He wins Rookie of the Year. He wins MVP. And after that, you start nitpicking and go, well, he strikes out too much. He can't adjust the shift. We do that a lot.
Well, it was the city that destroyed Mike Schmidt consistently.
He's only the greatest third baseman of all time.
Correct.
But he needs to do more.
And it's one of those things. If you want to chime in on that, you can. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. We've got a lot coming up for you before the end of the show today. There was a name that I dropped yesterday to Bob Cooney, and he immediately went to Google. It was interesting. I was surprised that the name sent him on a search. We'll find out about it coming up. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I like the home teams. I like shopping local. I like going to local watering holes, local restaurants. And so if I was looking for a sportsbook app that I wanted to use, it made sense to me that I would use the Parx Casino sportsbook app. Because I was saying, like, where can I go to a sportsbook? Where can I go? Where can I meet these people? Where can I see these people? And Parx Casino is just absolutely beautiful, but also it gives me the option to bet on the football playoffs, college hoops, pro basketball, hockey, and more. In-game wagering, fantastic options. The big game coming up this week, it is the place to be. But here's the best thing. When the Parx Casino Sportsbook app, you've got it, it's in the palm of your hand. Easy deposits, great odds, outstanding customer service, and you can get in this weekend on the big game. How about this? Get your first bet risk-free up to $500. Your risk-free bet will be refunded in site credit. You can download the app or go to parxcasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. I love being able to have just a little bit of action on a lot of different games, and boy, do they have options for me. Shop local. Shop with the home team. That is Parx Casino Sportsbook app. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
I hate Steven Singer. I get that a lot. You know why? Why? Because unless I buy my gifts from Steven Singer Jewelers, my wife isn't satisfied. So, how can I help you? Well, how do you get away with advertising real roses you don't throw in the trash in a week?
They're my famous roses, dipped in pure 24-karat gold. They last forever.
Sounds expensive.
They start at just $59. Each one comes in a premium color and is shipped in our signature gift box with a love message from you.
Do I have to water it?
Nope, it's a real rose, and it's preserved in pure gold.
All right. How do I get one?
Easy. Just go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
Shipping.
It's free, and your rose is guaranteed for life.
What if she hates my personal love message?
Just pick one from our online list.
Just click on IHateStevenSinger.com to see the entire collection of real roses dipped in 24-karat gold. No matter how you feel about Steven Singer, she'll love it.
Do you still hate me?
Absolutely.
With Valentine's Day quickly approaching, the number one question on every guy's mind is, what's the gift that's really going to wow her? So 1-800-Flowers is here with a helpful hint. Roses. Get the roses. And this Valentine's, the biggest and brightest roses can only be found at 1-800-Flowers. Right now, 1-800-Flowers has an amazing offer for my listeners. Get the 18-stem Enchanted Rose Medley for $39.99. Or double it to the 36-stem Enchanted Roses for $20 more. All roses from 1-800-Flowers are picked at their peak, cared for every step of the way, and shipped fresh to ensure lasting beauty. Bouquets are limited, so lock in your order today. Get right to the romance this Valentine's Day with 1-800-Flowers.com. To order the 18-stem Enchanted Rose Medley for $39.99 or double the roses for $20 more, go to 1-800-Flowers.com, click the radio icon, and enter code KJZ. That's 1-800-Flowers.com, code KJZ.
Celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team to get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay and Kansas City play next Sunday. That's right, you could bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. I think I like Andy Reid and Kansas City to win this one. And you know I've been betting football on FanDuel all season long. The app's so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials, and so much more. But my favorite feature is definitely the same game parlays, where you could get a massive payout. There's no better time than now to try FanDuel Sportsbook. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Natalie to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Natalie.
Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on a designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, everybody, it's John Kincade. And you know, I've been using a little extra time now to learn how to cook, to learn my way around my old hometown. There's so many new roads around here, and I'm constantly using my T-Mobile phone. And you know why it's so easy for me to use it? Because it's got the best network. Since T-Mobile and Sprint merged, the best network is right here in my old backyard of Philadelphia that I'm starting to learn all about again. Plus, With my wife and daughter down in Atlanta, I constantly have to stay connected. I need a reliable network. I want to be able to FaceTime, and I want to be able to use all those apps on the phone while I'm watching sporting events at night. You get the idea? My T-Mobile device never lets me down because I've got the best network, and I've been a customer with T-Mobile since day one. You can use your phone in more places, everywhere you go. I want you to make the switch to T-Mobile today. Visit T-Mobile.com to learn more. Get into one of their local area stores. And remember, coverage is not available in some areas. Tell them Kincade sent you.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone? Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
You heard that safe drivers get rewarded with Snapshot from Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw an ad for a vintage baseball cap, and now you find yourself checking the stats of that team's second baseman in 97, wondering why his stolen base total dropped after his rookie season. Wonder how much his rookie card is worth. Yes, they said it was easy to save money with Snapshot from Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents. In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades and built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty for a performance like no other. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 straight years. And right now, don't miss out on all the great offers on the entire lineup of Ford trucks. Go to buyfordnow.com, then get to your local Ford store. Best-selling claim based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total savings.
Hi, it's because the 55th big game is this weekend. And to celebrate football's finale, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in the big game. That's right. All it takes is for one touchdown to be scored Sunday night, and boom, your money doubled. As if the game wasn't enough reason to party. With double the cash, you'll be celebrating until next season. And don't forget about DraftKings Big Game Prediction Challenge with up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs and instant prizes for everyone who enters the contest. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Sign up using code FANATIC to get a shot at doubling your money if a touchdown is scored in Sunday's game. That's code FANATIC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/prediction-challenge-DFS for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Can't wait for this Sunday, and BetMGM is going to make pro football's game even more exciting with a special offer for new customers. All you have to do is sign up today on the BetMGM app or BetMGM.com. And when you do, you place a $1 moneyline wager on either team in the big game. And if your team wins, you'll receive $100 in free bets. But there is a catch. You have to use the bonus code PATEGAN100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Experience the big game like never before with the King of Sportsbook's innovative parlay selection features. I love that. Boosted odds specials, used one last night, won, and a wide variety of prop bets and much more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use the bonus code PATEGAN100 to win $100 in free bets if your $1 moneyline wager on either team in the big game is a winner. Do what I've been doing for months now. Bet with confidence at BetMGM on the most anticipated Sunday of the year. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Pennsylvania only. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Sorry, this is your life right now. Listening to me on the radio.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
We got around a half hour to go here on the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Gentleman wanted to talk Sixers with us, and he's gone. What happened to him? Where'd he run to? Connor, get him back. Call him back. I don't know if you know his number.
He's plowing out his car.
Yes, he's probably getting out. It doesn't sound like it's going to be the best of activities getting home.
No.
But it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I got to go the long way. because the two roads I take to get home are either Bells Mill Road, which I don't know if you're aware
I'm
of.
not familiar with Bells
It's just
Mill.
a giant hill down from Roxborough to Chestnut Hill, and then a giant hill up. And then the other road I could take is Lincoln Drive, and that's like a snake racetrack.
You mean like the roads that Pat Egan took me on yesterday in the midst of the blizzard?
Yeah, so we went to Acme to grab some food.
And he made me park in the back.
Yeah, he does that. It's so weird.
Where there was no entrance that was close, so we actually ended up walking 3 times as far.
Yeah.
I called it in the car.
Jamie and I were in the other car, and Jamie's like, I don't know why Egan always parks back there. It's ridiculous.
Okay, it's not ridiculous.
You
it's
can't
smart.
enter the store from the back.
I love it. By the way, Kincade was the biggest fan of parking in the back. Oh, I love this.
Until I saw where
Until
there's
he
no
realized
entrance.
they locked the one entrance. How was I supposed to know that?
Or we could have parked in the first spot, literally next to it, in front of the Acme.
Well, for somebody who complains so much about the winding turns you have to make in that parking lot, I went the easiest route for you.
I don't complain about those.
You did.
I know. I said it was written up on a drunken cocktail.
Yes, your first week here, you were complaining about the parking lot, so I went the easier way.
Well, just know, as you guys were making that left, Bob and I were laughing
You
at
already
you.
in.
That's fine.
We were already in action.
By the way, they did not have any hot food yesterday.
Well, and that was the issue.
Well, it was 10:30 a.m.
They always have hot food at 10:30. They always do.
I got some sushi.
Yeah,
that's cold food, and you're eating sushi.
That was fine.
What don't you
from a
understand?
I can always adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't knock the supermarket sushi. You're real bougie with that, and I don't appreciate it because there's some good supermarket
Guess
sushi
what?
out there.
I love me some Acme.
Acme. You're home now. You got to throw that extra A in.
I am not doing sushi. I'm just not doing the sushi.
Oh, I'll do sushi from anywhere but a gas station.
I'll do the chicken. I'll do all those kind of things. I'm not doing the
Acme's
sushi.
fried chicken.
Oh,
hey now.
like it?
Well,
No.
they didn't
Yeah,
have
that
it,
is a good
so
item.
They didn't have anything.
we had to go
Yeah.
to the Wawa on Belmont, and afterwards I realized we probably should have went the long way, which is on 76, so you
He
don't...
took me down ski slopes.
Oh, that's Belmont. Yeah, that's a hill, baby.
So I realized it too late that we probably should have went the long way, which it's on 76. It's less hills, but I said, hey, we'll make it. We just really, going down to Wawa. All you have to do is make that up, and you're fine.
We all have evidence of him being the worst passenger in the world.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I love this.
Right?
I said, did you not think about this? I hit the crest of that hill on that Belmont to head down to the Wawa.
It's not my
start
fault. You can't
skidding?
drive.
No, I'm looking at it. I'm going, what the blank are you
Yeah.
doing to me? Why would you ever take me on this road today? And there's other cars down further below me on the hill. And I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna catch ice and just start sliding.
Yeah, you might just go. You might be sliding so much you go right up Green Lane in Manayunk and get up the
gosh.
ridge.
Unbelievable.
God, I'm getting shrapnel from all these
It's not the
Jagaloons
smartest
right
thing.
now.
Well deserved.
All right, in the linchpin, we always like a good set of heels.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, I didn't know I had to explain what a heel was, but apparently Coach was unfamiliar with the term.
It was stilettos. That
Yes.
was Bob didn't know what stilettos were.
I think I heard of him.
You've heard of and that's a wrestling term, right? I mean, that's where it stems
Stiletto
from.
is?
No,
No,
the heel.
Oh.
That comes from.
It's like, wait, no.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan and a pair of
Yeah.
stilettos. But heels are good for sport. And this comes from Patrick Reed over the weekend, who is now hated by his colleagues on the tour. And I'm pretty sure he was already hated by the public. He went too far this past weekend, and it's going to stick with him. He's not going to be able to shake this. It already existed. He was a chode in college, stole from teammates. He's cheated the game before, yada, yada, yada. Now it's full-blown like my mom has heard about this story. So the ball, he claims, was embedded in the rough by one of the greens. And before he called the rules, official over to look at it, because they have to look at it, assess that it's embedded, give it its proper drop, all that, he moved it himself. He went on to win the tournament, but he's now the heel of the PGA Tour.
Why did they not fine him for a rules violation?
I don't know. And he got in trouble later that day when he basically said Rory McIlroy did the same thing on 18 and nobody's making a stink about that. He accidentally did it from his account and his burner account, same tweet. So this guy is getting a reputation on the tour. A couple guys were asked about it and they said, yeah, the talk amongst the fellas isn't good. Heels are great for sports, though. Patrick Reed is going to bring more eyes to the TV by being a complete douche.
He wasn't liked at Georgia.
Yeah, there's some bad stories about him.
At the University of Georgia. So
I call him Fat Reed sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm a little fat, so I can do that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think bad boys, especially in golf, like individual sports.
Yeah.
A bad boy
I
of golf.
think it's cool. Like
Bryson DeChambeau.
Bryson DeChambeau is the other one.
He's a tool.
Yeah, people don't like him.
It's a human rain delay, too. A little slow at times.
Yeah, well, yeah. So is Patrick Reed.
Yeah,
and guys hate playing with them. And
I
last
hate
year,
watching them.
yeah, DeChambeau was complaining last year all the time. He actually complained like they shouldn't have planted a tree somewhere or something. Like, this guy is ridiculous. So I do like the heels because it gives you an interest to root against somebody.
Sports hating someone is fun.
It is fun.
It is.
Like Russell Westbrook is a guy that I kind of sports hate. Like when he comes to town, I get a little extra pep in the step for that night's game because I get to sports hate
Because
somebody.
you're going to heckle him like LeBron and the
But I think heels are a great thing for sports.
I love them. I root for villains.
Yeah.
I root for villains on fictional television shows. I root for villains in movies. I like the villains.
So you were pulling for Bane over Batman?
I wouldn't watch a Batman movie if my family was being held hostage.
Oh, you got to watch the Christopher Nolan ones.
I saw the Christian Bale. Brought me back to try it again because we already got into this before. I'm not going to get into the idea. Christian Bale, Batman, believable. Michael Keaton.
Oh, don't do it.
No. Michael Keaton's not walking into a room and intimidating people. Christian Bale could walk in and could intimidate people.
Joe Pesci taught me that anybody can walk into a room and intimidate people.
Well,
because he's about my height.
What, just as the Penguin? I mean, yeah, the Penguin was lethal. You know, he was definitely lethal. I love villains, though. I love villains.
Keaton's my Batman.
Keaton is the Batman.
Keaton's my Batman.
Doesn't Batman have to be able to walk into a room and kick people's backsides?
He did.
Michael Keaton, no, because when it's scripted, Michael Keaton's not walking into a bar and intimidating people in the bar.
Third degree black belt, Michael Keaton.
Is he?
Did you know that?
No. And he's not, though.
How do you know? I
but
just
I'm
looked
saying-
it up.
No, I'm saying he's what, Wikipedia said it? I don't believe it.
You don't know, though.
No, but I don't believe it.
You don't know.
I don't believe it.
You don't know he couldn't come in
I
here
know
and whip all our asses.
Batman has to fit the suit.
He did. He fit it nicely.
His nipples were protruding.
Because John doesn't believe it's not true.
I thought that was the...
Yeah, I think Christian Bale's nipples
I thought
protruded more.
I thought it was the George Clooney one that they made.
Yeah, Clooney's
the
nipples.
homoerotic.
Are we really talking Batman nipples?
Yeah.
It was homoerotic Batman.
Well, John doesn't know about my nipple problem. I could have
You have a
hard
third
nipples.
one?
How could he not know? It's staring right in the face
They're
every
always
day.
cold?
Always.
I just thought I've suggested a few times to Coach, could you turn up the heat in here?
Doesn't matter. 98 degrees.
Oh, yeah. We're down the
42
shore.
degrees. Nipples are hard. I'm cheap. I'm a whore.
We were down the shore one year drinking beers, and I looked at him, and I just started shaking my head. He's
I'm
like, I can't
excited
help
by
it.
life, John. Excited by life.
Having the time of his life.
Let me
it's like
see.
a breeze.
I'd make a great Batman. My nipples are already ready for the
man.
part.
Show him. James, show him your nipples. Stand up and show him your nipples.
Say
Come
it
on.
with your chest, coward.
Do it.
You won't. I don't need
You're
to get
damn right I
flashed. This report
Coward.
sponsored by Wawa. Are you craving comfort food? I'm just craving a meal. A real meal.
Me too.
So try Wawa's
Yeah.
barbecue brisket. Enjoy brisket on a brioche bun or in a bowl today. You gotta have a Wawa.
My dinner last night was Ritz crackers, so that brioche sounds pretty good.
I did slice some salami for you. What are you talking about?
As much as that sounds great, I really just need to use utensils today.
Saltrina showed up with ground turkey, and Bob just kept trying to get people to eat his meat.
I need to.
So Donna packed me a nice dinner on Sunday when I left the house, right? She made chicken and stuffing
Sweet of
and
her.
a stuffed potato. She gave me silverware. We've used that silverware, a knife and a fork, all of us, all weekend long. Now, we weren't eating food off of it, but we have been cutting with that same knife all weekend long. We keep washing it and cutting and washing and cutting.
Why didn't you ask me? I would have gotten you stuff at Wawa.
See, a day late and $1 short, Pat. That's,
I love it. Wait. Because you didn't think of it, it's my problem?
I don't know.
I didn't bring you into this. You're starting an argument with me. You brought yourself into it and then argue that I'm arguing against you.
Why didn't he?
Because I didn't. I had my silverware.
That Wawa was exceptional yesterday, by the way. Though.
Oh, it's terrific.
It's an exceptional Wawa.
That's my crew.
Very cool crew. Good customer service.
Nice.
Quick turnarounds on the sandwiches.
My Flowertown Wawa's getting a makeover. They're completely redoing the whole thing.
Really?
Can't wait to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen near where the new home will be 2 mega Wawas.
Oh.
Like the mega ones.
You know,
gas station also.
Including entrance on both sides of like you can get in from 2 different ways.
You know what they're experimenting with these days, right?
What?
The drive-through Wawa.
Yeah, one opened up.
Okay, what would I get at a drive-through Wawa?
Anything you get at the normal Wawa.
Yeah, you just don't have to
But
get
you
out
have
of
to
your car.
go around the shelves at Wawa. You have to go around the rows and grab stuff.
Do they not have drive-thrus in Atlanta?
Not a drive-through thing like a Wawa, no.
Yeah.
That's why
mind-blowing.
That's why you really came back.
Swiss Farms? Swiss Farms? Is there a Swiss Farms near you?
No,
Doc used to work at Swiss Farms. Swiss Farms. There's
not one by me, but
there's
people.
one in Broomall. There's one in Havertown. There's one in Broomall.
Delco people love your Swiss Farms.
You could drive through as a kid. Mom drove through and got milk. Milk, orange juice, eggs. You drove through the Swiss Farm, and it was undercover. And they bring out your milk and your juice. And
My
your
parents
eggs.
didn't drive, so I never went through a drive-through.
They didn't drive at all?
Neither one of my parents drove.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Yesterday, there was a name. I said to Jamie was enjoying an episode of General Hospital. And I said, Jamie, who is that guy on the screen? And he looks at him and he goes, I know him. I recognize him. And I said, the Fardman. No, that was it. No, that's Days of Our Lives. That's the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. So I said the Fardman episode.
Yeah.
Coach, would you know the Fardman? Seinfeld fans would usually know the Fardman. Do you know the Fardman episode?
It took me a minute to come around there.
Don't.
Egan, the one where
is that the one with the
dresser,
furniture?
the giant dresser,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
furniture? Yes. Well, James Patrick Stewart is the actor who was on that episode of Fardman. He's also Valentine in Port Charles.
Right. So he comes on the screen, and not that John drops names or anything or says he knows people.
No, never heard him do
But
that.
yeah, he's just like, oh.
No, I said there's James Patrick Stewart, but I don't
he
know
said
him.
there's James Patrick Stewart. Oh, he was the one guy you didn't show us a
I
picture
don't know
of from
Valentine.
the. Okay.
I do not know
Because was he not showing us
Name
pictures
dropper.
all during the show of
I
him
do
with
not know.
somebody on the
Did
show?
you
Okay.
like the
So this is the
character?
one
No.
guy on the show.
I did
So
not know.
anyway, John says, oh yeah, James Patrick Stewart. Like they're best buddies. So I look at him and I made a note and I said, you could be a 3-name person. I could see you embracing people going
Really?
around calling you Jonathan Bryan Kincade.
I'm not Jonathan. I am not. I do not go by the Hebrew. I go by the regular. It's just John.
John
So I'm just
Bryan
John.
Kincade. I could see you. You could pull it off.
But the state of Pennsylvania has smashed that down, Bob. As I found out when I went to get my driver's license, I'm not allowed to use Brian.
Yeah, but when you use 3 names, it's kind of an uppity thing, right? Like your boy James Patrick Stewart. Yeah, I could see you being John Bryan Kincade.
Now you know why
I don't see any of the other 4 of us here getting away with a 3-name thing because we couldn't carry it on.
Jamie's name is Jamie Lynch.
And exactly, too, and I would say uppity and me do not go hand in hand. I have never failed to embrace my Delco roots. It's exactly where I'm from. It's exactly where and then I lived in Chester County. I do not go for uppity. Doesn't fit me at all.
Of the 5 of us, who would you label uppity? Who would be the first one you would label uppity?
I would think the most likely to be in the uppity category would be young Master Jamie, because it's much more designer.
Why is everybody afraid to point fingers?
Much more designer. Look, we're a family here.
Yeah, we
gotta
can call
have this.
John out on his uppityness. It's okay.
Well, I mean, you do go to a stylist.
Yeah. I do because I've
That's
got.
a little
You
uppity.
show pictures of you hanging with actors.
I don't need to hear bald guys. I don't need to hear from bald guys about what I do with my hair. I'm just being honest. I don't like any. You guys don't have to go to a hair. You don't have to go to a hairstylist.
Uppity is stylist. Normal is barber.
I would say no. You're not going to. You don't go to just a barber when God gives you something.
That's an uppity comment.
That's uppity.
I would say that's not uppity.
For a
at
guy
all.
that has the second best head of hair on the show, that's an uppity comment.
Ask John where he lived. Oh, well, I lived right around from the actress. She was in that great movie, and
Yes.
she went in the pool with my daughter. And I'm like, that's uppity.
I lived on a golf
Guess
course.
what? You live in everybody. lives
We're still opening fire
Everybody
hydrants.
lives on golf courses.
Everybody, yeah.
You can live. No, you can live differently.
Even the way you say yes is a little uppity.
You can live differently where I lived. You can live completely differently than you do here. It's a
uppity
for the cost of living.
Yeah.
The house we sold would be triple in Chester County.
I think you shine the light on Jamie being uppity, but in reality, you're shining the light on Jamie to take it all for yourself.
I would tell you there's nothing about the Kincades that is uppity.
If all right, so here's the question: of the 5 of us, who would at least surprise you to go by 3 names? That's the question. I'll start with you, Coach, since you guys are all being shy. Go ahead, Coach.
Go on, Coach.
Who would it be?
Cast your vote.
Say it,
Cast your
coward.
vote.
Say it with your chest.
Take your mask off.
John Bryan,
three
right?
names.
Go ahead, John Bryan.
Yeah,
Kincade.
no, it's John.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's definitely
three
John.
names.
Egan's.
Oh, it's not even close. It's John.
Really?
It's definitely John.
You're out of your minds. You're out of your minds.
John
I
Bryan
will tell you this.
Kincade.
I will tell you this. Again, not comparing anything, I would say you guys are far more in tune with what you wear, making sure you have name brand stuff.
Hold the phone.
Making sure you have, which is very uppity, by the way. Making sure all your brands match. That is as uppity and bougie as it gets. Bob has to make sure every high brand that he wears, that the shoes match the shirt, match the hat, it has to be. That is as uppity as it gets.
I'm wearing sweats, John. I wear sweats every day.
Yeah, but you wear them that they match. You make sure that they match. You make sure that bothers you.
I don't wear purple with green. Yeah, you're right.
You've got to have all your brands match. That is as bougie as it gets.
This is an amazing comment coming from a guy that when he showed up wanted to institute a dress code.
No, I didn't have a dress code. I just think that this.
We just called us slobs.
I just think it's slobs.
I mean,
no. My observation was, this is as slovenly as I've ever seen people go to work.
Oh, but we're bougie.
But you just said an uppity comment.
So I'm a bougie slob.
Wait a minute, it's not bougie. It's not bougie to wear a pair of slacks or jeans, nice jeans, and a pair of shoes that aren't something that you washed the car in the other day.
We didn't say it. It was.
No, but I'm saying is that's the look. I'm surprised. I was surprised when I walked in the doors of this place of the casual dress code.
So don't.
It's like sleepover.
Bougie. Right.
It's like sleepover. That's
we
called
just did
normal.
2 sleepovers.
That's called normal business activity. That's called normal.
We weren't, but you see, you're changing the whole the argument around.
I may be doing that.
Yes.
You never know. No, but I mean, it's that there's nothing. For gosh sakes, I am the person who will go. I will spend on very few things. I will spend on a car and I will spend on vacation.
And hair
Anything
products.
else, I'm trying to save.
Hair products.
Yeah, but I have to have that. I got to make sure my hair looks great.
No, you don't. You don't have to have it.
Pat,
John Bryan, you're not going to win this argument.
You don't have to have it.
I'm not allowed to go by that name in this state. I'm not, because that's a confirmation name.
I think you need to change your handle. At John Bryan Kincade.
And my parents were so lazy.
I'm changing it on his Wikipedia page right now.
My parents were so lazy to not give me a name. I think that's the biggest thing of all.
They gave you a great name.
You're seriously though. No, they didn't.
John's a great name.
No, it's not.
A lot of good Johns out there.
It's not a great name.
John
It's a
Stamos.
strong name.
John is a bland.
John Stossel.
It's a bland
I could keep
name.
going.
It's bland.
John
It's
the Baptist was a good
Jonathan
And
guy.
that's
Taylor
who I'm named
Thomas.
after.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
He's a 3-namer. Now you know why the actors go by it, Bob. Do you know this?
I actually
stand out.
You know why.
Other actors might have the same name.
Correct.
For the Screen Actors Guild.
So he has to. To be an actor, he has to have. He had to add the Patrick
Actor.
because there was already James Stewart.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he
got
couldn't
you.
do that. So you have to add something that keeps you. So when you're listed in credits, you don't get. You're not duplicating.
So
names.
Jennifer Love Hewitt was protecting herself.
She was. There must have been a Jennifer Hewitt. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. One of the finest actors of a generation.
One of the guys that brought that up was. All right, I'm out.
She's the female Keanu Reeves. By the way, Christina texting in as she's watching on YouTube right now.
Oh, yeah?
Hello, Christina.
They are so jealous of your hair.
What are you talking about?
And she says, and by the way, your hair products are on the way.
Well, they're coming from overseas.
No, she went.
Yeah,
and
they're
picked them
coming
up.
from Europe.
No, they're coming from Avita. Avita. So they're coming.
Don't
from
worry,
Avita.
Johnny baby. Your product is on the way.
She's sending them along the way. She's sending them along the way. And Coach, by the way, don't think that I didn't understand your betrayal in this last segment. You
can't betray something when you're honest.
Now, knives are out.
Well,
dudes. Knives are out.
Coach did name his kid, after Cameron Indoor Stadium. That's pretty. Pretty bougie.
And his last name.
Yeah.
So it's Cam. He thought he was the ShopRite sale.
Duke.
He wanted the ShopRite sale.
Duke.
All right, we got lots going on in the show every single day. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Everybody, be safe on the roadways. Thank the people who are clearing the roadways so all of us can get around. And we look forward to having you join us tomorrow as Super Bowl week continues here on the John Kincade Show. Be with us at 6 a.m. as we get this whole thing started. And be sure to hang out with the Anthony Gargano Show with a special guest host today, I understand. And the Mike Missinelli Show, and it'll be a great time. So, For Pat Egan, Jamie Lynch, Bob Cooney, and the betrayer, the Judas,
John Bryan Kincade.
Coach Eric Camille. I'm John Kincade. Have a great
No,
time.
you're not.
Bryan Kincade.
Say it right.
I'm not John Bryan Kincade. I'm not allowed in Pennsylvania. They told me I'm not allowed.
Say it.
I'm John Kincade. See you tomorrow.
Jamie, show me your nipples.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.